Now, like I have different sets of glasses since Morgan works at
Yeah.
a glasses place, so I get all kinds of great discounts. I've got my sunglasses, I've got my blue light glasses, and I've got my transition lenses. So
Yeah.
you can't do transitions with the blue light, but since I'm not really going outside a whole lot anymore, I got these and I have my transitions, put away in my drawer somewhere.
Yeah.
And then
Um,
I'll switch to those whenever I'm actually going outside.
this
Or if I'm
damn
gonna be outside for a
mic.
long period of time, or I just take my sunglasses with me.
Why is my oh, you know why my mic's down? Because right
Ooh.
there.
I was wondering I wasn't gonna tell you to turn it up a whole lot because it's hitting pretty close, but
Yeah. No, it needed to go up because on my end it was only hitting in the green and
oh,
not the
okay,
yellow. And so I was like, oh, why is that so low? And it's because
good.
my gain was way down for recording screaming lines like a few
Ah,
weeks ago.
well, good, because that means now I can turn down over here because, I mean, you were hitting the yellow with
Yeah.
that little bit, but, I was having to push it up, and I was wondering how that was gonna balance out whenever Chris gets on.
Yeah, once Chris gets in, it'll be like, wow! You'll be like, whoa, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't want
Um, yeah, no, I got these a long time ago because I was, when I was at work, I was like, God, I stare at computer screens all day. I come home, I stream for another 5 hours.
yeah.
So when I was going to sleep, my eyes just felt like they were burning.
Well, and think about how often you look at your phone too.
Hmm. Exactly. Like at no point in the day is there ever more than maybe a 5 minute period where I don't like glance down at a screen of some sort.
Yeah, that's whenever you're driving.
Yeah, pretty much. Or if I'm outside just for 5 minutes smoking or something.
Mhm.
So I was like, I've got to be better about this. And lately I've been having this head fog. Like when I'm at work, like I'll wake up in the morning and I'm just like, oh, and I'll be like kind of dizzy and stuff.
Mhm.
So
Kinda
I've
get a
been,
slight headache, like, right here in the center of your
yeah,
forehead.
getting a
Yeah,
tension
that's eye
headache.
strain. That's eye
Yeah,
strain.
exactly. Yeah, getting this like tension headache. And I'm like, is the pineal gland a real thing or I don't fucking know.
So that's in the dead center of your brain, but yes,
Yeah.
it is a real thing.
And so I was researching on Friday. I was like, man, okay, I got to solve this problem. And it was like, oh, you've got head fog. Well, you need to change your diet. You need to exercise. You need to sleep better. You need to stop looking at getting blue light, in your eyes after 8 p.m. And I was like, well, Jesus Christ, just ruined my fucking day. Like, that's going to be real boring.
It ruined your whole life.
Yeah, like let me come home from work at 5 o'clock, and I can only watch TV for 3 hours. But those are the hours that you're cooking and exercising, and walking the dog and doing your housework. So when you finally want to relax, you can only sit down and read a fucking book. And I was like, what is this? The Dark Ages?
Yeah. Well, maybe you should do it by candlelight.
Yeah, even
Turn
better.
off turn off the actual lights and then just read a book by candlelight. That'll help, that'll offset, all the brightness. Since we read stuff on really bright screens, maybe if we read, like, books in the dark, maybe it'll kind of offset
Yeah, totally. No, it would
and make it worse. I know.
I just responded to your text message. I don't know why. I didn't just say it through here.
Oh, well,
Message
I'll
there.
read it for you. Ah, yeah. I'm looking forward to that concert, dude.
Yeah, he told me about it, but
Yeah.
he
On the
hasn't mentioned it
27th.
since August 27th, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's already bought the tickets, and
Oh,
yeah, I can't remember how much they were. I think they were like we got really damn good seats though, like, because I was like, "Dude, I'll spend some good money to go to see this." So I think it ended up being like $60 each or something, but we got great seats.
nice.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. 'Cause I can't remember. I don't I'm not I it's not that I can't remember the guy's name, it's I don't know how to say it, but
Yeah, yeah.
Nobuo Utsumani, or however you say his name, the guy that, did all the music for Final Fantasy, is
Hmm.
a genius. Like, he wrote so much good stuff, like, just so much good, so
Yeah,
much good.
we were talking about that
Yeah, we
last night.
were,
Talking about that. Ooh, hold up. Sorry. Creator dashboard. I'm just making sure the stream's actually running and everything too.
I haven't looked. I could look it up and see.
Yeah, it's going. We're good.
Okay. Well, then I'm not gonna bother because 'cause that'll just drain my,
Yeah, your phone real
internet.
fast.
Although right now we've been staying on, 5 bars green the whole time, so
Hmm. Yeah, usually we don't start getting weird issues until like I don't know,
I don't
bad
know either.
weather or I don't know. Fuck it.
The more people we have on.
His razor is updating. I don't know what razor's updating. I don't know what that means. Give me a second here. I gotta.
Yeah, I don't know what that means either.
Where'd I put that? It's under McKay questions, I think.
My razor is a. I think that's a.
Maybe it's his laptop. Sounds
I'm
like
not sure.
That razor was a phone back in the day.
Yeah, well, then they have a new razor now, but I don't think he has one of those. And why would he? Why would that matter?
I don't know. Give me a second.
I think it's a mistype or something.
Could be. Give me 1 second. I had to get something for the game. And then I probably need a pin. The score's not going to matter.
Yeah, you might as well have one just in case.
Well, I'll use this.
Marker board.
Yeah, I'm going to use this marker board.
There you go.
And then what I'll do is preset it up real fast. Just go down here to the score. Put Chris, Will, and then what's the number?
And all we're doing with that is basically just guessing if it's a D&D item or if it's a sex toy.
I'll explain, but yeah, pretty much. 7,
Okay.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. I actually put some fucking work into this. I went back and I restructured it a bit. So what it'll be is that. Hey, Morgan. Cool shirt.
Hello.
What'll happen is I'm going to. I wrote a flavor text, just a quick little flavor text for each one.
All right.
And based off that flavor text, you guys are gonna have to try to figure out what it is, like what it's from. So I'll give you the name and some flavor text for it, and then from there, after y'all guess, I'll give you the answer and a little description of what it's like, what it does, or what it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
This should be interesting.
This is gonna be really weird. I'm not sure if John's gonna want to air this one.
He let us say all kinds of stuff. He let me do a curse word game.
True, but I mean, it's all internet, right? He doesn't actually air it through terrestrial airwaves, so the FAA or whatever.
He doesn't care. He's like, as long as there's content, like it doesn't matter.
Yes, so we'll have some fun.
Oh,
so
yeah.
What do we start? We're starting with news?
No, we're starting with whatever Chris's thing is. Then we're going to the game. Then I'm closing out with news.
Gotcha. Okay.
I think, unless Chris decides he's going to change that up on us.
We shall see.
Yep.
I had to go grab my dice because since this is D&D based game and there's exactly 20 questions, I can roll a D20 to figure out which one I want to ask you guys.
Ooh, that's cool. That's a good one.
Like I said, I literally sat down because after I wrote it all out, I had exactly 19. I went, it's D&D. It's got to have 20.
20. It has to have dice. That makes sense.
And then I can roll a D20 to figure out which one to throw at you. That way we don't have to worry about, okay, you got the last one, pick a number thing. I can just go roll it and be like, okay, here's where we start. Here's where we go.
Uh-huh.
And it just change. It makes it randomized on how difficult it might be.
I like that. I think that's cool. Are we going to roll for who goes first?
I mean, we can. I'm not sure.
What would we do? Just pick odds and evens and then.
Yeah, it'll probably be the best way to do it. I'll just roll a D6 and we'll go odds and evens.
Okay.
That or originally I was going to make a joke. I was going to be like, okay, I need both you roll a D20 and then I'll apply your dexterity modifier to it as a person. And I was like, that doesn't really work because then it becomes a bad racial joke.
Well, how about what? Can you roll for how many points it's worth? Like the question's worth?
I could, yeah.
Because I think making the dice roll thing for this
Just make it.
is
This
a
is.
good gimmick.
It'll make it a longer game, but I dig it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'll just do a
because
quick D20 roll and then like a quick D4 roll to see how many points.
yeah, whatever it's worth. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like this question is worth, and it'd be like, oh, we're doing number 16 and it's worth 4 points.
Yeah,
This
something
will
like
be
that.
interesting. Yeah.
I think that'd be cool.
No, well, definitely. I dig that. I dig that a lot. Sweet.
Gives it a bit of flavor.
Yeah. I don't know if anyone's going to log in and actually watch tonight because we've been off 3 weeks, and like I went to stream last night and nobody from my normal streams came in.
Mm-hmm.
So I was, well, I mean, Michael and his buddy did late, but
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
everyone who I used to like to play with back in the day, like 6 months ago, and everyone I used to talk to 6 months ago, like nobody popped in.
Did you post it on your Facebook?
Nope, it only went to Twitter. I've never actually, I very seldom do I ever post it to Facebook.
Oh, I figured we could at least post it onto the Zaboys page.
What, my streams? Or this we should, yes.
This
but
stream, yeah.
yeah, like I said, my
Because then we can
personal
share it.
one. Well, I
Is
mean,
it-
I can share a thing saying like, "Hey, we're on Twitch," but I can't share the stream until it hits YouTube later. Like it'd be a later watch.
oh, so you can't actually put like a link to this right now on Facebook?
Yeah, I could put like I can't. It won't be an active video. They'll have to go to Twitch to watch still. But like I can be
Well,
like,
yeah.
"Hey,
That's what
we're
I mean.
live
That's what I
tonight."
mean. It's like, hey, if you want to watch this, you can click on this link.
Gotcha. Let's see here. Now I gotta remember how to fucking swap profiles. That's like the hardest thing. Facebook has gotten so gnarly with this kind of shit.
Oh, it's gotten complicated as hell. Like, ugh.
Let's go. I'm just gonna create a. Let me find a good photo real fast. It'd be really funny.
All right.
Oh, that's just great. I love the
I
fact
guess I'll
that.
say it here in a minute.
No, I just I typed. I was gonna go type into Google, and then it pulled up all my recent Google search, and I realized that's just now got streamed. And so I was like, it's like free VO scripts, voiceover lessons, Kroger, horn puns, which
horn puns.
yeah, horn puns is where I
hear.
had to stop, right? Because I was like, horn puns, and I was like, wait, did that mean Pornhub? Did I type that wrong? And I was like, horn pun, and then I remembered. I was like, oh no, I was trying to find a good pun to make off of, but a unicorn horn.
But
then it's
okay.
Then it's Cebu City, agonophilia.
Agonophilia.
Yeah, which see, then it starts to get sexual. Then it's Katrina Jade and Power Bangers. It's like, oh, way to go, Jim. Way to go.
What did I walk into?
A mess.
How's my sound, by the way?
A little
sounds
loud.
all right.
Oh, bad.
Your internet connection is garbage. Oh, it just came back.
It just went garbage. It's going to be probably really weird because we got weather.
Yeah. Well, we'll figure out how to get through it. Yeah, because it's fluctuating back and forth between good and bad right now, but the audio sounds fine.
Audio sounds fine. Okay, we'll see.
Wow.
Put this like out and open, maybe.
Copy image, create post, paste.
There, it seems to get more of my head in there. Yeah, today. So, did I tell you guys what happened to me yesterday?
No.
No.
So I'm sitting there, right? So yesterday was wrestling, and Thorny, oh man, could we have used you yesterday? Because we film everything on the fucking phones, which is good in its own ways and bad in its own ways. Because it's good because with their computer system, you can immediately upload it to Drive and immediately put it on their computer without plugging anything into it. Mm-hmm. Which is a kind of an issue with their computers. You don't really want to plug stuff in. So one time it crashed there. So like they're working with a system that probably could be upgraded when it comes to CPUs. But the the fact that you can do that makes it easy, but fucking our camera guy, and I love Brandon to death, but apparently he didn't hook the phone up the same way he normally does because he filmed everything right. And they looked at everything on the phone kind of whenever they did it, and they were like, okay, this looks good, this is good, and then they put it on the drive, and there's no way to test the video before they play it because everything's so timed so shortly that by the time everything's uploaded, everything's filmed, uploaded, and on the computer, there's no time to test any of the things. You just test it live.
Mm-hmm.
The one video that I filmed on my phone was great, fucking fantastic, looked phenomenal. Got everything right. The next video that comes up, it's upside down.
Ooh, that's not
It's
good.
fucking upside fucking down. And I'm sitting there like, and this is a live production. This is a fucking production. And so I'm like, whoa, what the fuck?
Yeah, what just happened?
I'm like, what just happened? Like we this was a good promo. What the fuck just happened? And I'm running in there and I get to the gorilla position. I'm like, Kirby, is fucking all of them upside down? He's like, man, I have no idea how to tell. We can't tell until they play, and you can't test it because it'll test on the fucking screen. So every video was like that because the next one comes up and boom, it's fucking upside down too. I got the 3. I watched 3 of them before I just bailed. I was like, all right, I'm gone. I can't fucking watch this shit.
I can't do it.
Yeah, I can't do it. I can't.
It's just too bad.
So he hooked the phone up differently and made every promo shoot upside down?
It's the only way that possibly it could have been that way because we film the exact same way all the time with the phone on a handheld like selfie stick thingy, right?
Yeah.
So my thought is he just had it turned the wrong way. And so it filmed right, but because of how phones are and because they're very finicky when it comes to uploading, it uploaded upside down. Yeah, the rotating shit. So I immediately was like, you know what? I cannot let this happen again. So I asked Nadia if I could use her camera. She's going to allow me to use her camera. I'm going to bring the laptop, and I'm going to do all the filming. Well, he's still going to do the filming because Brandon's actually trained to film.
Yeah.
But, you know, cameras are different than fucking phones. And so he'll be able to do that very well. And then I'm going to edit everything. I'm not taking a chance. I'm going to play it on the computer, make sure it plays right from drive being uploaded to a computer, and be like, okay, that's good. Now you guys can use it. And
yeah.
I'm not having that happen shit again. Because at first everyone kind of looked at me.
Well, say because if you'd been able to jump it straight into a computer first, you could have seen that in a player, like, oh, this is upside down, gone into an editor, just spun it, and then been fine. Would have bought,
but there was. Yeah. There's no time a little bit for that, but I'm gonna make time. I'm gonna make sure that I get everything right. I'm gonna start having these guys show up a little earlier. Dude.
Yeah,
that's the other bitch thing is trying to get the talent there on time to actually work. I mean, most of them I think they're told to be there at 6, but some of them show up at 5:30. Some of them show a little earlier, and it's like, all right, so who do we have to film today? Okay, I got this guy, I got these 2 people, I have these 8 fucking people, and then this guy. Ah, crap. So who's here? Nobody. Or no, 4 of them are here. Okay, are they dressed? No, they're not dressed. Okay, they got to get fucking dressed.
Hair and makeup.
That takes
hair
forever.
and makeup.
How much do you want us? Yeah, hair and makeup. How much do you want us to get ready from the waist up, or do you want us to see it all? Just it's a lot, and it's fun as hell. After the fucking thing flipping her upside down, I was like, oh my God, I'll see you guys fucking Monday. I'll see you fuckers at training. Like, I'm not sitting to this.
Nice.
I can't do it.
Those damn actors.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, dude. A production.
Well, I mean, no.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was about to say the actors, the performers were great. Everyone, so all the promos were good. That's the other shit thing too. This was probably the best pound for pound one promo that were just good. And it was hard because it was dealing with 4 people in one, 4 people in another, 2 people in one, and then the other 3 were single people. So it's like having to bounce around and do this. I had to write basically this guy's whole promo because he sucks at promos, which I mean some guys do, and he wasn't good. But then after he read it a couple times, he nailed it. But I had to write his whole thing. I had to write his whole notes.
Yeesh. That's
Fun, but
never easy.
Yeah,
that's
we
production
can use you,
though.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, see, that's not even like what I don't know. I would say that's
And
not
he
a
would pay.
super skill set of mine, but it's one of those things that you put me on a project, I learn how to do something and I make sure it gets done versus winging it, you know? I'm like, no, let's study this. Let's figure out how we're going to make this bigger and better and make this work, so.
And you know how to work a camera. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like they need more people who knows how to work a camera and actually have equipment to have a camera. Because the biggest thing with them is like they don't have it. Like they have the cameras that they do have are this other guy Ross who does stuff, and he does stuff around the ring, and they don't have sound.
Oof.
But they do have a little mic thingy, a little external mic. So that's what we're going to plug into Nadia's camera is a little external mic.
Yeah.
Use that for sound. It works just fine. They use it with a phone, but none of the good phones actually have a fucking, little jack for it. They don't have it anymore. They don't
they made it. That's a huge thing right now too. Is like when people are doing like there's so many, I should say, like content creators now that use their cell phones as their cameras. And you'll see them to get better audio. They'll have to plug in like their headphones and talk into that. And so you get these videos where they're like, hey everybody, how's it going? You know, and it's like, quit talking into that. Like just go get a fucking shotgun mic or something. But they don't make shotgun mics for your cell phones. So yeah, you're kind of screwed.
Ones, but they're not very good.
Yeah. There is someone who's making a silly little reporter mic now. It's like that big. And you plug it into the jack, and you can hold it like a little microphone, and it looks
like this.
Yeah, it looks cute as hell.
Yeah, my friend Katie has one.
It
sounds like shit.
Oh yeah, they're not great, but it's better than what you get through the built-in mic on the phone. You know, it's better than hey, what's going on? You're watching my video, thanks. Like, yeah, I've been thinking about that a lot lately. With anytime I make something, I'm like, God, my camera shoots good video. But it can't, even the shotgun mic attachment isn't great for it. And it's like, it really needs an audio jack and like a boom mic to make sure that things are going well. And even then, like lighting is a fucking beast. I don't know why this house always looks like it's misty inside. Like I get that, yeah, I vape inside, but that air's out. And yet it always looks misty in here.
It looks like Snoop Dogg's house.
It's always got a little bit of lingering.
All right, fellas, are you about ready to get going? I don't have any bands. Yeah, I'm good on my side. I don't have any bands. I just put up a post that said the first 3 bands to comment will get played on Zaboys. So we'll even mention that on Zaboys that we're having a contest. fucking forgetful contest. That's what we're gonna call it. Forgetting to find bands.
Basically, what you're saying is you're not gonna announce the band.
Yeah, no, because
okay.
We'll just
You're
figure
just
it
gonna
out.
tell me which ones you want me to use, or I'll pull some out of
whoever comments. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, so far. Okay, we got already one. We got machines of our own. Okay, there we go. We got one. Let's see if this naturally happens.
Give it
about
5 more minutes then, because I just realized I have to put some stuff in here that I didn't pull up.
They but say you realize you have to poop. I was like, oh.
By that I mean I have to put the intro in here.
Oh yeah, that'd be a good idea.
Yeah, I kind of need that.
We only took 3 weeks off, guys. It's not like we remember what we're doing anymore.
Right. It was weird playing FC stuff today. That was interesting.
I bet, dude. Like
that was it. So the first, I was like a little worried because at first it was difficult for Nate to figure out what Andrew was doing on like the very intro song that we did. I was like, oh crap, do we even remember what we're doing? But then I realized Andrew plays really fucking weird and probably Nate doesn't need to do that shit.
Yeah.
But as soon as we just started like playing and just playing song, it sounded just fine.
Makes sense.
We're practicing every other week. So Zaboys week and FC practice are the same Sunday.
Nice. It's a good little schedule.
Yeah. So it'll line that up, and then so a free Sunday is only probably going to be my day off. And Eulogy and Blood is the next one. All right.
Nice.
Eulogy and Blood.
What segment do you want to start off with?
We got to start with the death, go into the game, and then end with the news.
Sounds good. That's what we thought, but we wanted to confirm that.
Start with the death.
The death. That sounds weird.
It's all about the death. Yeah.
Sounds weird to say that out loud.
Okay, so
starting with the death.
Contest shut off.
It's like that was quick.
So we have 3 bands. Yeah, it did. Machines of Our Own, Riker Hall, and Eulogy and Blood. So we'll have a nice variety of stuff, actually.
I was doing that the other night.
You guys got
this one.
You guys got some dead ones that you guys want to talk about too, right?
No, honestly, I have not looked into that at all. It's been a long, weird week, so I was like, I'm just gonna comment, but let's see.
Always bring. That's the wrong one. Where the fuck is the right one, motherfucker?
Let's take a look here real fast. Jackie Mason. No.
Jackie Mason.
Wow,
Jackie Joyner Kersey.
Jackie Mason. Biz Markie. Biz Markie died?
Yep.
Wow. Biz Markie was a hip hop.
Oh baby, you got what I
need.
need. But you say he's just a friend. But you say he's just a friend. That's Biz Markie.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No.
Robert Downey Sr.
You don't know that song, Will?
No, I don't.
I can believe it. I can believe it.
I'm just the engineer of a pop culture podcast. That doesn't mean I know anything about pop culture. I have found the right one.
So far, we haven't had too many. Too many crazy ones. DMX died. What?
I at least know the name.
I didn't know that. Holy shit.
Damn, you had that contest shut off within 4 minutes. Very nice.
Hey, it's a people like having their music played.
Did you know that DMX
really
died?
like that.
Oh, Riker Hall is really good.
I did not know that DMX died.
That's the second one.
Oh, you like them?
Who,
Yeah, that's Riker Hall. That's my buddy Daniel is their drummer.
Oh, I
who commented on
I know Riker.
You know her?
Yeah. No, I met him initially. The first time I met him was over at the iHeart building because he was going to start working with us for Total Traffic. And then I guess something fell through and he wasn't able to do that anymore. Then I met him again over at the Post in Fort Worth.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
He was hosting like an open mic night / like songwriter something.
Songwriter something.
Like it's like a collaboration for songwriters, and they would all like.
That was the official
title. I can't remember what the official title was, but basically, they would all get into groups or be assigned to groups, and then they would have 1 hour to write a song.
Huh.
It was actually a really cool fucking idea.
It's not really a bad idea at all.
It's a great idea because you got some really, really interesting songs out of it too.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
You found the intro?
Yeah, Will's got the intro.
Okay, cool. Yeah, let's go whenever you're ready.
All righty. Go ahead and start it.
And hi Twitch stream. Hello.
They all say hello.
Actually, before we start, now I got to go take a piss.
Okay, make it quick.
Oh, well.
30 seconds.
I don't know about 30 seconds.
Okay.
He can make it in 30 seconds. 30
Can't
seconds is a
have
lot longer than
carcasses.
people think.
It is. On the Rise Production says, "Sup, Chris?"
Hey, that's the other Chris. That's Chris Lane right there.
Mhm. Yep.
Fantastic music producer.
Chris on Chris on Chris. Well, we need a third Chris.
Chris
for
on
that.
Chris action.
Yeah. I'd pay to see that. No, I'm kidding.
Really seeing some sick Chris on Chris action. Right
oh no! He dropped out. Now this is gonna be a rough night, y'all. We're gonna get through it though. I'd pay to be in it. Oh man. You know what? Fuck it. Let's just get the hair as crazy as we can. Because it's Sunday and I haven't given a shit all day. See if we can get the Wolverine going. There we go. There we go. We're getting there. Then we got to come back in and push down the...
Well, it looks like it was a good thing we didn't start.
Yeah, we lost Chris. He'll be back. There we go. A little Wolverine action going on there for a second.
Nice.
It's really not that long. It's usually longer. I just haven't gotten it cut recently because the sides need to go down, but the top can keep going. Oh, baby, you got what I need. Oh, okay. Well,
We'll wait and see until he comes back.
Yep, that's all we can do.
Especially since he's got to lead the first segment.
Mm-hmm. It's also hard to play a game with just one of us to play.
Yeah. I mean, you could just sit there and ask me questions, but see yes or no whether I got them or not.
I had too many
Windows.
Things open, and I thought I clicked on the one that was the real one, but nope, I clicked on the wrong one.
Ah, gotcha. All right. Ready when you guys are.
All righty, here we go in 3, 2, 1. Oh shit! Hold up. I gotta do it. The audio is not going through to y'all. It is going through my television.
Yeah, I was wondering about that. I could hear all of a sudden very faint talking in the background. I was like, geez, I thought you moved out of an apartment.
Give me a second. Preferences. Let me go into my audio.
Morgan's having an orgy back there while we do this. I know your wife's not having an orgy.
Speakers.
That is how hair grows, but
yeah.
Orgies?
Yeah, hair grows in orgies.
Check one.
You heard it here first. We're spreading disinformation, y'all. Hair grows in orgies.
Get some hair in your chest.
Okay, now we're gonna be ready to go. In 3, 2, 1. So I've got this Russian friend who's a sound engineer, and a check 1, 2. A check 1, 2.
Always bringing comedy, delivering entertainment frequently, giving hope infamously, just kicking it like most normal, outstanding people, quietly revealing satire, trivially usurping volatile whack jobs and xenial yahoos. It's Zaboys!
And we are so freaking excited to be here right now. The champagne poppers just let us off into the fabulous world of podcasting. And we are here to lead you there. We are the Zaboys podcast. I am Positive C. Messing with his mic right now is James Thornquist. Are you okay?
Howdy. Sorry. I'm trying to get this pop screen to sit right. It's just bothering me.
It's a little. The Twitch people can see that, and now really molesting his mic right now for the Twitch streamers.
Will's doing ASMR.
Yeah, that's not safe for work right now. But the Boys podcast is not safe for work. So if you're gonna play us in your place of employment, please use headphones. Please use headphones. We are gonna have a.
You'll save your job.
Fun time tonight.
So what? Is it quitting time?
No, I said, is it a fun time we're gonna have tonight?
Oh, we're gonna have some fun.
Is that
yeah,
a good way to describe?
We're gonna have some fun.
Okay, good.
We're gonna have peaks and valleys of interesting conversation tonight, like we always do.
Yeah, this is going to be a little bit of a different show than I think the probably Twitch streamers of Zaboys are used to. If you've heard Zaboys in the past, we've done some different shows like this where we stop down and talk more serious and whatnot. So we got a lot of different things going on. When Will goes over the news, the Delta variant is large and in charge, and Simone Biles is really in the news. Just every day there's something new with Simone Biles, and shit's very interesting when it comes to mental health. Thorny's gonna break us up of the really serious stuff because he's gonna play a game. We're gonna have a Thorny game, and we haven't had one of those in a bit. But we also are gonna have some music. Music is fun for everybody. We're gonna have Machines of Our Own, Riker Hall, and Eulogy in Blood. Those are the winners of our I Forgot to Pick Music contest on Facebook. Those are the first three that commented, and but I can't forget Andrew Zimke and Southern Buckeye Barbecue because they are awesome, and they were the fourth person to go ahead and post. So I give a shout out to you, Andrew. We appreciate you. We appreciate Southern Buckeye Barbecue. Go get you some. But first and foremost, we have to talk about death. And
death.
Right. Yeah. Let's start it off with a bummer. And this week's been really hard, especially for music fans when it comes to losing people that really meant a lot to the industry as a whole and to people personally. They really meant a lot. This whole segment's going to be about celebrity deaths that really hit you. So and guys, I think we all have had one at least at some point in time where you look at the news, celebrity dies, and it's not just like, oh, okay, ho hum. It's, oh man, that's like a hole that needs to be filled again.
No, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, mine was either Andy Griffith or Don Knotts.
Really?
Oh yeah, those two guys were like. I grew up watching the Andy Griffith Show, and Don Knotts is one of the funniest people that's ever walked the face of this planet. So that one, those two hit me really hard. That was a while back.
So, yeah, and we'll get more into our personal ones just a little bit later.
Yeah.
Because I want to start us off with the two that made this segment happen. Because this, and it's just the music industry, you can't really get a bigger 1-2 punch of people that have died recently than this. We'll start with Joey Jordison because he was the first one who passed. He born on April 26, 1975, died July 26, 2021. He is one of the founding members of one of the seminal new era metal bands that has ever come. They're one of the probably new age big four in Slipknot. Everybody knows who Slipknot is, and it's crazy to think that everyone knows who Slipknot is because in like 1999 they just seemed like this crazy niche, like weird thing that was over here, and the weird kids like this, and normal kids didn't like Slipknot, normal people didn't like Slipknot, the freaks that you were scared of like them until I actually heard it.
The weirdo kids loved it.
Then I understood why they loved it. It is incredible music. It's phenomenal orchestration of different sounds that shouldn't all go together.
Nope.
Because they have the guy doing the keyboard and DJ stuff. They had a guy doing the regular sound stuff. They have people banging on freaking cans and kegs and all this stuff. But the basis of that whole sound is Joey Jordison's drumming. And some of the craziest stuff that you'll ever hear is go and listen to his drumming on some of the tracks soloed out, where it's just him. It's none of the other stuff going on, and you will hear how incredible he was. And the fact that so many drummers after him took that style.
Yeah.
He is one of the most
it's
when it
speed
comes down
meets
to
rhythm.
Yeah, what I can't think of the word I'm thinking of. Influential. There he is. He's one of the most influential drummers of all time because of how many people I saw on my timeline just flooding, being like, he's the reason I play drums. He's the reason I drum like this. And you have probably legendary drummers now in the scene that are like this. So when you guys heard about Joey Jordan's death, that surprised me. That surprised you guys?
Oh yeah. I mean,
yeah, I was shocked.
he lived a pretty rock and roll life there for those first 30 some odd years. Or let's say, you know, through his 20s and 30 and mid 30s. He lived a pretty
Right.
hardcore life. I mean, they did some pretty insane stuff. So it was kind of obvious that it was likely death would catch up to him faster, but I didn't expect him to be this young.
Yeah.
Didn't you meet him once, Thorny?
I did. I did. It was a very
wow.
great situation of putting foot in mouth. He came into a place that I worked at, a restaurant that I worked at. He sat down in the bar, and I went to go. He was with his girlfriend who lived here in Dallas. And I remember I was like, hey, you know, what can I get you? And he was like, can we get to, and he ordered 2 shots of whiskey. I was like, I got to see your ID. And he was like, really? Okay. And he handed it to me, and it was an Iowa ID. And I remember seeing it and going and laughing. And I was like, oh, Iowa, man, I'm sorry. And he was like, it kind of gave me a funny look. And then I read his name because it's an Iowa ID. I don't know where to look just for the date of birth. So I read his name, and I was like, oh, your name's Nathan Jordison. Wow, your parents must have hated you. And I said that out loud. And his girlfriend's got this shading grin on her face. And he looks at me and he's like, what do you mean? And I was like, well, you're named after the drummer from Slipknot, dude. And you're from Iowa. Like, your parents were huge fans, so they just really fucking hated you. And he looks at me and he goes, I am the drummer from Slipknot. And then I look, and all of a sudden, like, it hits. Like, I see the tattoos. I see his necklace, which is the Slipknot logo. Like, every identifier in that I know, being a Slipknot fan, I'm like, oh shit. And I just like,
did he have to have the mask?
no, he didn't have the mask on, but I've seen him without the mask too. Like I listened to Murder Dolls, you know, which was a group he was in before. Like I just backed up and was like, oh God. And I came back and I was like, oh, that's really cool, man. It's like, I used to listen to you guys. And I don't know why I said I used to listen to you guys, because I still did. And he goes, what happened? Did we start to suck or something? And I was like, no, I didn't mean it like that, man. I was like, I just meant like, I'm sorry, dude. I'm so flustered right now. I was like, no, you guys are great. And I still do. It's just like, I don't know. I'm going to walk off. And he was the most down to earth, nicest fucking dude. Like, took a picture with me and everything. Just had a blast, man. I took a shot with him and was like, this guy fucking #1 in my book. And so, yeah, to me, this was a personal loss.
Yeah, and I think you're not probably the only person that has probably had that interaction with him. I haven't heard or read any interactions with him other than like positive ones, and everyone in this music scene that's posting things about it's like, man, this was a big loss. And you know, he was founding member and left Slipknot in 2013, I think for health reasons. I think one of the reasons why they kicked him out of the band basically was there was rumors of his health was declining. And
well,
so like
it started as rumors that he was doing really hardcore drugs, and they just lost Paul Gray to drugs, their bassist. So they were like, hey, we're not doing this shit anymore. And there was rumors that he was doing hardcore shit. And so they were like, you're out. Then it came out that no, he was just dealing with a health diagnosis that was messing up his body.
Yeah, and he wouldn't be able to perform like he needed to perform. And so, I mean, and now we see, you know, this is 6, 7, 8 years later, he's dead. So yeah, there was something serious wrong with him, and probably didn't help that he led that hardcore lifestyle. And that type of drumming is hard on your body.
Oh yeah,
incredibly hard. Yeah, impossibly hard. And then the next day was the next freaking day, waking up to Dusty Hill from ZZ Top, 2004 Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, born May 19th, 1949, right down the street in Dallas.
Yeah,
he's a Dallas-born kid, and died July 27th, 2021. Yeah, this hit me hard, mainly because of one album. I've always loved ZZ Top. I've loved, like, as a kid watching MTV, you couldn't help but see those ZZ Top videos and want to like that band. Like, I don't even care if you didn't like rock and roll music. Yeah, they just look cool. The beards, the fuzzy guitar, you know, they had the Sharp Dressed Man video and legs. It just was cool. Like, there was the choreography. The car.
Yeah.
Yes, they're things and stuff.
They were just an odd, silly Southern rock, and people loved it. You know, like I remember like my dad telling me stories about him waiting in line to get ZZ Top tickets, and like his buddies and everything taking turns standing in line so they could sneak off to piss and sleep in the car because they're waiting at like 3 a.m. and stuff. And then, you know, tickets go on sale in 2 days, and you just don't want to get out of line.
And it was really cool. They just released a documentary about them on Netflix, which is awesome. Go if you haven't watched the ZZ Top doc. I think Best Little Band in Texas or something like that.
Yeah.
Go watch that. It is so good, and it explains so much of the history I didn't know and how they got together. And they were meant for each other. Basically, they did everything else with other people, and it didn't work. And finally got together, and it was like magic. Dusty Hill and Billy Gibbons, and Frank Beard too. Can't forget about Frank. But and
he's
I mean, you can't. That dude. He's the only guy that didn't have a beard, and that drumming. And you ask drummers who's one of the best drummers out there in that kind of style, and Frank Beard is amazing. He plays double bass and he does blues. Like he's a really fucking good drummer. But Dusty, his bass playing was so groovy, and one album really did it for me. It's Tres Hombres. It's the album with LaGrange on it. It's the album with Jesus Left Chicago, and it's just pound for pound, track for track, a top 10 or top 5 album for me, like of all time. And now to know that somebody who meant that much to me is gone, and his bass playing is a big part of why I love that album. It's just so solid. Like just incredible. Like it's I can't even describe it. But yeah, seeing him that he's passed, even though he just messed up his hip. He got sent home with a hip injury, and like a week later, he's dead. So, Will, I think you were the one who actually told me about this, right?
Yeah, well, I just happened to be on Facebook at the time that everybody started announcing it. Like, I saw it within 2 minutes of and the first thing, I can't remember what source it was, but then I searched it and nobody else was reporting it. And then within 5 minutes, everybody was reporting it. And I was like, and that's whenever I sent it to you. So I just happened to find it at the right time. Whenever I told
you. I wonder if it was TMZ, because they're really good at finding out that stuff.
No, TMZ found out later.
Their people are catching up to TMZ. It's crazy. Yeah, because they're the people. TMZ's people who broke the Michael Jackson story. That was like their claim to fame. Was
that was
the Michael Jackson
2009 though,
or
2008.
So long ago.
2008, 2009.
So thinking of these guys got us thinking of celebrity deaths that really affected us, because I mean, that, let's be honest, those two affected us in different ways at different points in time. What about you guys? Before I go down my list a little bit, did you guys have any deaths that really, like Will had, that really come to mind that really just like dropped you down, and man, you go, man, that entertainment is gone forever?
Yeah, last year we lost Chadwick Boseman really early, and that went through me for a loop because I don't think anyone saw that coming. And then just boom, there it was. It left you wondering, like, okay, who the hell is gonna play Black Panther now? And not only that, like, he did that role so well. He just out of nowhere, like, boom, here's this guy, blows your mind, plays this role. He's now this figurehead in everyone's household, and then he's gone just like that. And that one it kind of struck me pretty heavy.
Another one of mine would be Robin Williams whenever he committed suicide, which I didn't think was going to be a thing, because I mean, he always brought joy and light to people, and he was just a really, really funny person and just wanted everybody to be happy. And that one, whenever I saw that, I remember I was sitting at Genghis Grill and I saw it on the television. I was like, I don't believe this. Like, there is no way that he committed suicide. Like, why? He's such a happy person. I guess he wasn't. And that one I remember hitting me real hard. And then I've gone back and watched all of his movies. He is one of those people who can just come up with a one-liner right off the top of his head, and he can keep going with it too. I don't know how I don't know how he did it or how his brain worked, but he was a one-of-a-kind person who literally, if you just kind of gave him a point, he could just rant on it and go and just make everything funny.
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Yeah. Well, but if you watch Good Morning Vietnam, like all of that stuff where he's just sitting there ranting, like that's all improv.
Oh yeah.
Like he's not right. That's not written for him. He's just like, okay, I'm just gonna sit here and just say, stupid, silly stuff.
He had a gift.
Yeah, he was a master. He was an absolute master of that. But I mean, but then if you watch his stand-up comedy and compare it to his acting, and you see the darkness, you see some of the actual manic nature of Robin. That's not healthy. It's like, man, you can't sit still. Like there's something going on. Like and like rewatching all that, it's really weird. And and his downfall was definitely something that no one could have seen because he hit it so well. But I mean, people's interactions with Robin Williams, if you read some of those, it's like he's a lonely guy, because I think in Hollywood he was an outsider.
Most likely,
he wasn't a great looking guy. He wasn't this fabulous actor, you know what I mean? Like, he was good, but he wasn't like this auteur, you know what I mean? He was this other kind of thing that was huge. But he's kind of a nerd, because there's an interaction that people had with him at a game store where he came in at night, like when they're almost about to close and whatnot, and bought a couple of Warhammer sets and traded D&D stories. So that's the kind of guy he is. And then he's in Hollywood with all these
talk about
egocentric and stuff like that. It's like, oh my gosh, like I guarantee he just never felt comfortable in his own skin because he was around this old lifestyle that wasn't really his. I had one that happened last year that affected me, which was Kobe. Kobe,
yeah, that one shook the world somehow.
It did.
It's so, think about this. We're 4 weeks into 2020. COVID's barely even a mentionable thing really in America. It's still in the world news. It's like COVID's coming, but we're still like, whatever. In January 26th, and fucking Kobe Bryant dies in a helicopter crash. That set the year off. That started the year off on this really weird spiral, and it hit me not because I'm like this big Kobe fan. I don't think Kobe's a top 5 player of all time in the NBA. I don't care who heard me say that. I don't. But
Jared,
there's probably a couple people out there that are like, what?
Yeah.
But he's not. But he's really, really good. He's top 10. But it was more. He's one of the first athletes that I remember when he got drafted. I remember when he just started to come up and be a little bit of a good player, when he blew up to be a superstar, his troubles and tribulations. He's one of the first athletes that I remember watching the whole career happen, watching the change within him, watching this guy mature to be a leader and in the community, a leader, and doing these things with film and like completely changing his life, right? And all of a sudden it's gone. It really hit the mortality thing with me. Like, man, that and it's interesting because this also coincides with the death of my employees 3 weeks earlier. So it's like I have these 2 huge reminders of how fragile and short life can be in like week spans, and it threw me for a loop. That I was like, whoa, this was really, really, really heavy stuff. And yeah, Kobe definitely, and his rape allegations are one thing, but you take what affects you. So the person Kobe Bryant didn't affect me. The death of Kobe Bryant definitely affected me.
Okay, yeah. Well,
so we got, before we end it, we got one more death we really need to talk about celebrity deaths, because these 2 definitely affected so many people in different ways.
Okay.
The first death is actually Chris Cornell's death. He died May 18th, 2017. A month and a half later, well, July 20th, 2017, Chester Bennington dies. Both of suicide. Both are connected because the death date of Chester is Chris Cornell's birthday. They were friends. They were they were partners in a lot of things. They were friends, and we're gonna get a lot of the mental health later on. But this is a call for everyone out there right now. Let's not end up like these two.
Yeah.
Let's talk about our mental health. Let's be open about ourselves. And it kind of sucks because I think both of them were open,
Yeah.
but they were open in their music.
Yeah, not their actual personal lives with people.
Yes,
They didn't find
and-
their team, the people they could express these thoughts and concerns to, and open up about them. They felt alone, like nobody would understand because, hey, you're in this limelight now, and nobody wants to hear that. They just want to hear what you're producing.
Well, and also another thing about like if you do put, or you write lyrics into songs like that, most people most people just take it as this is part of the act.
Mm.
Like
right.
it's not this is actually how this person feels. A lot of people think this is what they're writing to reach out to other people that may feel this way.
Yeah.
And they connect with them on that level. And rather than this is actually how I feel.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, because I mean, think about like Somewhere I Belong. He's literally talking about not feeling like he belongs anywhere. And this is after their first album. This is after their global freaking, phenomenon. And Chester still feels like he doesn't belong. It's that kind of stuff we need to be able to talk about. We need to be able to express ourselves openly when it comes to our mental health. I think we're all in agreement on that. And hopefully, as things progress in our world, different cultures will start opening up to the idea that mental health is a real thing and that we need to, take care of it. So everybody, guys, do your best out there. Go contact whoever you need to talk about whatever is ailing you. And if we'll, what we should post on the Zaboys and the local connection page. We should go ahead and post some different outreach programs like Foundation 45, the Suicide Hotline, things like that. Go ahead and push that a little bit more. I know one of the wrestlers I work with, Jackson Stone, is for everybody, and he has a nonprofit that he works and does stuff for mental health too. So we'll post that after this break, and then we're gonna have some music to get us kind of loosey goosey for the game that Thorny has for us here on the Zaboys podcast. Also on Deep Dallas Radio, if you're listening to us Monday at 8 p.m., we're having some fun there. You're hearing this song on Deep Dallas Radio. This is Machines of Our Own. I will get you a song title at other points in times in our life, but enjoy them. This is for Nick Womack. Good job, buddy. You guys sound awesome. I heard you guys when we shared it earlier. So yeah, we'll have some fun with a game when we get back here on the Zaboys podcast on the Local Connection.
And we're up.
I need to hit that Z better on locals.
Yeah, locals. That's always the hard part about putting a Z in anything.
Yeah. Locals.
Give me 1 second, guys. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah, you're fine.
I gotta go get a refill.
No, you're good.
Chris?
Yeah.
Are you writing the order of the? I mean, I can obviously go back and listen to it and figure it out. But are you writing these down and like?
I'm just reading them off how they
as they
commented.
are. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So yeah, just find. Do they have links on there?
I'm gonna get links from them.
Okay, because I know I saw one for Riker's on there, but I didn't see
Riker.
the other ones.
I'll get them to give a link.
Yeah, that would make my job a whole lot easier. I don't want to go pick the wrong band on accident.
Right.
Oh, yeah. All right. What is that? Oh, you're listening to the song?
Hey, no. This is FC practice. I'm trying to edit this video down.
Gotcha.
We got it. We did a little bit of a video. Just giving a little preview, just having some fun.
Little bit of video, having a little fun. Can y'all hear that when I do that? Let's see.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah, I heard
nice.
that.
We want that. That's exactly what we want. We want to be able to hear that kerplunk every time because this game's going to get a little wonky, a little fun, but we're going to have a good time.
Yeah. Okay, this over here. I can do that. All right, so that's good. I can write. No. Text. Yes, I want to add text.
Add that text. We'll go take a poop. Finally. Yeah. It's like, I've got to poop.
It starts to fall right here. Okay. Add text.
Starts to fall right here.
The camera fell, but it still sounded good.
Hell yeah.
So I kept going. Yeah.
Gotta. Man.
Awesome. Yeah, stretch that all the way. Yeah. So this should be 151. Bacardi, 151. Yeah, so FC is gonna be okay. We just got to figure out where we're gonna play it because the rail seems like it's not gonna last, but then it still seems like it's gonna last. It's weird. The rail's being weird again.
I thought the rail was gone and then it got saved, and now it's who knows.
Yeah, they're really
they're financially struggling because it's still COVID time and no one's going to shows yet.
Yes. Well, no, they're actually sold out. Buck fucking Cherry.
Buck Cherry. Who would have thought?
Yeah, they sold out fucking Buck Cherry, so they're doing okay when it comes to that. Still, it's just weird time, I guess, for everybody.
Money's just going missing again, and no one knows why.
Yeah.
I'm just
part of that conversation.
Oh, we're talking about the Rail Club. That's all.
Oh,
yeah.
Shocker there.
Yeah.
You're right. Money missing and talking about the Rail Club, right?
Yeah, I was about to say that's only come up about 3 times.
Yeah, well, that's what. Yeah, because he was talking about the Forget Conformity show and them moving it. And he said he's not sure what's going on at the rail anymore. They might be closing, and I was like, I thought they saved it. So there you go. You're up to speed.
They saved it and then had this big huge thing, and then it's now. I mean, granted, COVID does have some shit to do with that, but I've always had some weird, interesting.
Was that during the Superstorm? Or was that a different freeze?
That must have been during the Superstorm because
what?
When the Rail Club got the Rail Club got saved before the Super Freeze, and then the Super Freeze is whenever news came back up because someone was basically telling Betsy Price or Mayor Price that she's a piece of shit because the Rail Club's going to open its doors to the homeless and the needy and give them water and shelter, but she couldn't find the way to open up homeless shelters or some shit. And so it was like an attack on the government, basically.
No, what it was he did open the doors up, but they weren't calling him a shelter. They weren't giving him any money or anything like that to help, do what he was trying to do.
Yeah.
So he took it upon himself to become a shelter when it was needed, but didn't get any government assistance because he pissed off a bunch of people.
Well, I'm assuming that you'd also have to file through certain channels to make that happen. Have to meet certain requirements and legal obligations that he probably wasn't doing. There's a longer story.
Bunch of stuff he probably didn't do.
Yeah, possibly, but who knows?
You only get a little bit of the story when you deal with Chris Malone sometimes. So,
anyways.
All right, y'all ready for Seg 2?
Yeah, ready for this game.
All righty, Chris.
I'll toss it into Thorny, yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
3, 2, 1. Hit it.
And welcome back to the Zaboys podcast on the Locals Connection. We are also on Deep Dallas Radio on Monday nights. Thank you, Brad. Want to know something funny? Me and Brad. Did you see this? We actually not only went to the same high school,
No
not only the same junior high, we went to the same elementary school.
Oh, nice.
He was a Ditto Ranger, he was a Young Eagle and a Martin Warrior, and so was I. And so, yeah, this is a fake connection that we're on Deep Dallas Radio. So we need to definitely keep that connection strong. We will keep all the connections strong here on the Locals Connection. We have lots of cool podcasts on the Locals Connection. We have music on our own terms. That's one. What's a couple of others? Do you know?
Let me pull up my little list real quick. And of course, whenever I try to pull it up, it's not going to pull up at the same time.
Of course.
Well, we obviously have Hanging Out with Ted McKay. We've got music on our own terms. We've got the mental health podcast, I think is the actual name of it.
Got a good game podcast.
We've got Wicked Bitter.
Sister. Oh.
Wicked Bitter is
Wicked Bitter.
Yeah, Wicked Bitter. And then there's a couple of more, but I can't get my list to pull up. But those are the 5 that I was able to pull off the top of my head. There's about 3 other ones, and I'm hoping to try to get 2 more. And I think we could really get this thing rolling.
If you are out there listening right now and you know people who are doing content creation, have podcasts out there, audio podcasts, so please let us know. Please go to the Facebook page and go to all of our links. You can just find Zaboys everywhere on anything. We are the only Zaboys besides some German pop band that I don't even think exists anymore.
Do it now. After this episode.
Now. Oh. But without further ado, it is time for a fabulous Thorny game. Yay!
Yeah, it's been a long time since I've ran a game. So, well, guys, tonight, inspired by my huge nerdy personality and my deep, dark, closeted desire to always play Dungeons and Dragons and make a living doing that somehow, it's never going to happen. We are going to play a game called...
Professional wrestling.
Playing a game called something from Dungeons and Dragons or Sex Toy.
All right.
So, the way this is going to work is I have a lovely D20 here and a D4. The D20 will tell us
Those are definitely sex toys, right?
Yes. They're actually, they're Benoit balls. I will roll the D20 to figure out which one I'm going to give you the flavor text for. The D4 will tell you what kind of point value it's going to be. You guys have to tell me if it is from Dungeons and Dragons, a sex toy, both. And just to give you a heads up, there is a red herring in here that is in fact neither, but there's only one. So be very selective when you're guessing.
Only one.
Only one.
Right.
All right. So
I am so ready for this.
Here we go.
Roll for who goes first?
Oh, yeah, we can.
That visual on the Twitch is really weird, Thorny. I hope you know that.
I know. It plays perfectly. Plays into the game perfectly, guys. All right. So who wants evens? Who wants odds? Do you guys have a preference?
I'll take evens.
I'll take odds then.
Okay. Let's see. Rolling. It is a 2. So, Chris, you get first answer, or first attempt at the answer here. Here we go. Let's roll it out.
Okay.
I'm going to ask you number 16. It is worth 3 points. Number 16. Here we go. Number 16 is called The Immovable Rod. And here is your flavor text. Simply brace the rod and enjoy it to your heart's desire. No amount of push, pull, swing, spin, or climb will move it, or simply collapse it for discreet storage. Chris, what do you think that is? I think we lost Chris.
I think we did, because right now he wants me to join.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, hold up.
Uh-oh.
Hello. All right.
What do you say?
Over here in a second.
We can just cut it together. You can keep everything we've recorded, and I'll just read this again.
Uh-huh. Oh, no.
Fill us in. Give us a play-by-play here.
Well, no worries. I will. No worries. We'll just do a reset of not the whole thing, but just like the beginning of the game. All right.
So what happened? Oh, that's right. You can't hear me with your headphones off.
Yeah, so basically, he accidentally knocked over his internet modem or something.
No.
Yeah, so now he's having to wait to come back. So what we're gonna do is basically just restart at the point after you rolled for him to get first pick, and after you say that it's 16 and worth 3 points.
Yep, gotcha. Yeah, get your focus back. There you go.
He's
trying. Back, but he's running away. He doesn't want to play the game. It's time to play the game.
And I gotta still get my focus back. Come on, work.
It's coming. It's slowly coming.
Not on my side.
No, you're right. It's not. I just wanted a reason to say it's slowly coming. There you go. It's coming. There you go. Yeah.
I think that worked.
You don't say. You don't say. What did they say? They didn't. What the fuck are you talking about, chat? Chat's having. Oh yes, chat. You do have the ability to play along with this game. I mean.
Oh yeah.
I'm not.
Absolutely. If we lose or like they need a way to play.
Well, they're gonna get. I will tally y'all's points here on the side as well. So let's see. How can I do this?
All right.
Let's go with Pika. I can't do that because you're Pika and Productions. Let's go with Rise and Pika. There we go.
Okay, cool. Okay, I'm back.
All right. I know you both answered already.
My cat likes my my broadcasting voice. It tries to come in every time I do fucking podcasting.
Hell yeah. All right. So
before we get going, let's try to figure out where I'm going to be able to cut all this in.
Yeah.
I'm assuming we can just try to do it from after you rolled 16 and for 3 points.
Or the 2. And I could just say.
You just want to, let's just go from the 2 and then just re-roll for.
I rolled a 2, so you get first guess, Chris. And I think that's about the point you dropped out.
Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. And let me write down the time of the mistake that I need to see. This is going to be at 32:40. Okay, 32:40. Okay.
All right. So, just make a quiet little pause.
3, 2, 1.
All right, guys. Here we go. First roll is worth 3 points, and it is item number 16. It is called the immovable rod. Simply brace the rod and enjoy it to your heart's desire. No amount of push, pull, swing, spin, or climb will move it, or simply collapse it for discreet storage. Chris, what do you think the immovable rod is?
It's got to be from D&D.
All right.
It's got to be from D&D. I am going full D&D with this. Double D.
Chris,
double D.
You are correct. It is, in fact, from Dungeons & Dragons for 3 points. Chat, you both got it wrong, just to let you know. And you had more time to think about it. All right.
Y'all had a minute.
Here we go. Number 2. Let's roll. Oh, shit. I actually rolled number 2, and it's worth 4 points.
All right. Here we go.
Back to the top. Let me mark 16 off the board here so we don't do it again.
So this one's going to me now, right?
Yes, yeah, I will pass this one to you for first guess this time. Number 2 is called the Half Pup Mask. This sleek face mask is molded to resemble the snout of that familiar wild beast that's big and bad. An exciting new look for anyone who wants to roleplay on all fours.
Oh,
this is so good.
This is worth what? 4 points?
It's worth 4 points.
This is so difficult to try to guess. I'm going to go ahead and say that this is going to be a D&D object, but I have a feeling I'm wrong because there's some weirdos out there.
Hey, not kink shaming. Not kink shaming.
I'm not a furry, though.
Chris, what do you think it is? Do you think it's
the half pup mask? I definitely think that's a sex toy.
Yeah. All right. Well, it is in fact a sex toy. That is right.
Yeah,
It is. It is a mask molded to resemble the lower jaw and tongue of a dog for sexual desires. 4 points
Like,
going to Chris.
I mean,
4 points to Rise.
Gotta do what they gotta do, I guess.
I guess. I mean,
Mm-mm-mm.
yeah, he's illegal,
Hey,
so like, that's the next best thing, right?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there that people want to do. Next one we're rolling, guys. This is number 14 for 3 points. Let's find number 14 on the playboard. Show us number 14, Galgamesh. I mean, what? All right, number 14 is called the Flesh Loop. Do you have blood flowing where you don't want it to flow? Not a problem for this stretchy, adjustable, and effective little item. The Flesh Loop. Chris, you have first guess.
That is that is disturbing sounding. The Flesh Loop. I think that also sounds like a horror movie at some point in time.
It really does.
Yeah, like the Human Centipede, brought to you by the people who made you Human Centipede.
The Flesh Loop. Yep.
Let's go sex toy.
Will, do you think it's a sex toy or a D&D item?
I do think it's a sex toy, but at the same time, I'm not going to get any points for it if I agree with him. So I'm going to go with D&D object.
Oh, you! I would have given you both the points that you both got it, but no, it is in
I didn't know that was
fact
one of the rules.
3 points to Chris because it is a sex toy.
We both get points.
Yes, yeah. I probably should have made that more clear. But
I'll take 1.5. I'll take 1.5.
No. I'll give you 3 on it.
I'll
Don't
give
worry.
them all 3.
I'll give you both 3 because you did say it originally.
Okay.
All right. So Pika in chat guessed D&D Productions. You guessed sex toy. That's 3. There we go. So the Flesh Loop is a fleshy loop that's adjustable, comfortable, and effective and stretchy. It is what you would call an erection enhancer, and basically it is a makeshift tourniquet that you'd see heroin addicts use, but for your penis.
So it's a giant rubber band.
Yeah.
A giant cock
you put it around your dick.
Yep. It's an adjustable tourniquet for your penis. All right, here we go. Moving right along. Number 19 is worth 3 points. Number 19. This is called the Tentacle Rod. This sturdy rod tapers off into 3 wild tentacles.
That's it?
That's tough.
That is it.
I'm going to go with D&D object on that one. It is my turn to guess, right?
It is, yes. Your turn to guess first. Chris, what do you think? Do you agree with him? Do you disagree with him?
I'm going to go sex toy only because I know tentacle play is huge. That is a big thing.
It is.
People really love tentacle play.
It is a huge thing.
The Japanese love it.
Hentai, all of that stuff. Yeah. But, well, I hate to tell you guys this, but the tentacle rod, a rod that consists of 3 rubbery tentacles at the end.
This is the red herring.
While you hold that rod, you can direct each attack at a different enemy. So it is, in fact, a D&D item. 3 points to Senior William. Yes. All right. That was number 19 off the list. Let's see what we got next, guys. Moving right along. We have 20 of these to be exact. That is number 16 we've done. Reroll for number 1 for 1 point. That is just perfect. 2 natural ones. Gotta love it. Number 1, guys. These are called the Boots of Stomping. These fine black boots are made of leather and adorned with spikes and studs. The perfect mix to spice up any wild encounter when you want to slay while dealing a little extra damage. Chris, you have first guess.
This is so amazing. This is the best game I think I've ever played on Zaboys in the history of Zaboys. But, so dominatrix, man. I'm just keep thinking dominatrix with these, but branding is important, and I don't think the boots for stomping would sell very well, so I'm gonna go with the D&D.
I'm gonna go the opposite because it's only worth 1 point.
Well, these boots allow you, as the wearer, to deal a lot of extra damage to creatures smaller than you. They are, in fact, a D&D item.
D&D, yeah.
There you go.
I just I just don't see dominatrix shopping and being like, you know what I need? I need to buy those boots for stomping.
Boots
right
for
there.
stomping. I mean,
I
it
don't
is a
know.
thing. That
some
is
weird
another
stuff out
kink. Don't get me wrong. These are a
Yeah,
real
it
thing.
is. It is. This is branding. This is a branding thing.
All right, we've got number 9 for 3 points. Number nine is. Oh, this is a fun one. Might be one of my personal favorites, guys. This is called the clandestine mimic. This secret little guy is bound to test your constitution.
Oh Lord.
I'm gonna put this one as a D&D object, and I'm kind of upset that I've just now said that, but we'll see.
I testing my constitution. So wow, that's deep. Let's go. I'm gonna piggyback on Will on this one without this product, but I'm still gonna piggyback on Will and D&D this one.
Guys, this is actually a vibrator that was once sold by adamandeve.com, and it looks like a monstrous tongue. So it is a sex toy.
Wow, it is a total sex toy.
Yeah.
Points on that one?
Say what?
Does the chat get any points on that one? Because we both.
No, chat both said D&D as well.
Well,
actually, one said both. One said D&D.
Okay.
So there are creatures in D&D called mimics, hence why I took the name for this one. But the clandestine mimic would mean it's a secret mimic, and you could create a creature by that name, but I haven't seen one existed. Moving right along, we go to number 6 now. Ooh, we went from 9 to 6. Sometimes you just go from 6 to 9. This one is worth 4 points.
Nice.
Number 6 is called Dragon's Tongue. These masterfully crafted items gift the owner with different abilities and experiences that are destined to help anyone get where they are going. Dragon's Tongue.
This is definitely a sex toy. I've seen these when searching different sex toys at different points in times in my adult life.
I'm gonna go with a D&D item.
So one saying D&D, one saying sex toy.
Yeah, and I feel like I've actually seen these. That's the thing.
Guys, I hate to break this to you, but it's actually both. This is both. The Dragon's Tongue is a set of swords in D&D that give the user different elemental abilities, and they do make a lot of different, let's say, Bad Dragon makes what they call vibrators.
Yeah, Bad Dragon.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Yeah, and they make a whole line called the Dragon's Tongue.
Yeah, it's definitely, something for the adventurous people out there.
Oh, yes. I own 0 of these currently. Don't worry. Here we go. Moving right along. I didn't just
But
say
ladies, that can change.
It can change. For anyone who'd like to gift me one for Secret Santa some year, that'd be great. All right, number 18, guys. It is worth 2 points. Here we go. Ursat's Eye. This beautifully crafted eye won't let you see heaven unless you get lucky. Is this?
Actually, it's me. It's on me.
Yeah, it's you.
That's definitely a D&D item. It's got to be.
Mm-hmm. Chris, agree, disagree, both, neither, what?
Well, the only sexual eye I know is the brown eye, so I'm gonna have to go D&D for this one too.
Ursat's Eye is an artificial eye that can replace a real one that was lost or removed, and it allows you to see normally. So yes, it is a D&D item. You both get 2 points for that one.
All right.
Gotta love it, guys. That was number 18. Let's mark it off the board. And
never like to stick anything in Ursat's eye.
No.
All right, we're going to number 10, worth 4 points. Wow, we're really rolling great today. Fours across the board. Number 10 is called the Torque of Tongues. These tongues are constantly writhing against one's bare skin when used. The Torque of Tongues.
It's my go.
Yep.
And this seems like
all the 4s.
Yeah. 4's for horse. I am a whore.
Now. You heard it here, folks.
So my initial thought process on this specific item is that it's the thing that you put on your tongue to lick cats. Have you seen those?
Oh no!
I can't remember what it's called, but those are hilarious.
That's what I think this is. So I'm gonna say sex toy. I think this is a tongue extender for your sexual pleasures.
I'm completely agreeing with you on that.
You're both saying sex toy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the tongues are constantly moving and shifting when worn, writhing against the bare skin of the person wearing it. It allows the user to bind a tongue to themselves and speak in a new language. It is a D&D magic item, guys.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm very sorry about that. Number 10, there's 4 points off the board, guys. But let's move real quick right along here. Number 13 for 4 points. Here you go, Will. Here's your chance.
I know what my kink is already.
13 for 4. All right.
Number 13 for 4 points. This is called the Crave Razor. Pricks, pokes, and punctures. That's where the fun starts when you use this nifty little tool.
This is the red herring.
You think it's the red herring?
I think it's the
Chris,
red herring.
do you agree, disagree? Sex toy, not sex toy, D&D item? I don't know. You tell me.
The Crave's razor.
The Crave Razor.
Crave. I think he's right in the red herring. I think this is something you can find at Walmart. I think the Crave razor is something that can actually maybe do bikini lines. That's my guess.
Well, the Crave Razor is a small spiked wheel with a handle and added pointy hook just for dragging across the skin to create small punctures to increase sexual pleasure. It is a sex toy, guys. I'm so sorry.
It is a sex toy.
Yeah, yeah. It is
Damn.
it is a fun one, apparently. People seem to like razor play.
Well, see, I was always kind of wondering if that was also going to be one of those, that thing that claims that you can, grow your beard a bit more by, it slightly punctures your skin as you roll across.
Yeah.
It's
on your
quite
face.
similar to that, yes, but a little more surgical looking. We've already done number 1, so we're doing nope, we've done 14. Might have to start going down the list normally. Yep, we've done that. There's the 6 again.
Let's go to the next closest one.
There's the 10.
Yep.
The next closest one would be number 12.
All right.
Okay.
This is called
For
the
how many
Nut Buster. What?
For how many points?
It's called the Nut Buster. Need a helping hand when it comes to getting it done? That's your flavor text for it.
That's it?
Oh boy. Oh boy. Is it you, Will?
No, it's
Please
you.
let it be.
It's
Oh,
well,
crap.
yeah.
Wait,
So-
who is it? It's
It is
right?
Chris. Yeah, this is worth 2 points, by the way.
Okay.
The Nut Buster. Let's go. It's too obvious, right? But let's go sex toy.
Okay. Will, do you agree? Disagree?
No, I disagree.
Disagree? You think it's a D&D item? Or do you think it's neither or both?
Damn it. I think it's the red herring. I think it's the red herring again.
Congratulations, Will. It is the red herring. Yes. I made that one entirely up. Just had to throw something in there that
job.
seemed way too obvious.
Good job.
That caught me up to Chris, if I'm correct on points.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Nope. Chris is still ahead of you.
Damn it.
But it's okay. There's still a few left. Let's go to number 3. And we're going to roll it for points. It is worth 1 point. Ooh, that's not great. Number 3 is called The Mythos. Delve deep into the dark abyss and face your dark desires when you come face to face with the horrid monster you know and love. Chris.
That's D&D.
Will.
I think it's me, right?
I think it's Will,
Yeah,
yes,
it's Will.
actually. Yeah, so that's why I was going for the change real fast. Will,
Chris,
is that
Will.
a sex
Will,
toy
Chris.
from
That is
D&D?
That is D&D.
Is it neither or sorry, is it both? I mean, neither no longer applies. You think it's D&D? Okay. And Chris, do you agree, disagree, what?
Sex toy. And I think it's a sex toy because I think this is a part of like deep role playing. I think this is like a guide for deep role play. That's what I'm thinking.
All right, guys. The Mythos is a 5e game supplement by Peterson Games that allows your
5e
DM to unleash the horrid monsters of Cthulhu.
If it was a gay supplement, it probably would have been. I would have been right
Yeah.
on, but it's a game supplement.
You know, it's also a dildo shaped like Cthulhu, so it's both.
it's both.
It is both. No points
The
because
Mythos.
you both got it half right.
The fucking mythos.
Yeah, the Mythos, guys. All right, let's go down to. Let's go with 4. Let's just go down the line now. We've knocked out a give them. 4 is worth 4 points. Who would have thought? This one is called Let me dismiss that real fast. Number 4 is called the spectral noose. It is a black silken rope that pulsates with intangibility. That is a mouthful.
Oof. Like, was that a part of the description, or is that you just saying it's a mouthful?
No, the mouthful was just me. Sorry. It was just me.
We're having some fun today, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Good thing Deep Balance Radio is not terrestrial. Right
Yeah.
now.
Oh yeah,
So, we were discussing that before. Chris, is your guess first on the spectral noose, by the way.
The Spectrum News. Let's see. I think I've seen this. This is a sex toy.
I agree.
All right, guys. This noose is fashioned out of a mundane black silken rope that it pulsates with intangibility. Using the noose allows one to unshackle their spirit from their body and move around as a spirit until returning to their body. It is a D&D item.
That sounded like a sex toy to me.
I know. That's why I wrote it that way.
People sometimes do that extra weird, but hey.
Sometimes. Okay, moving right along. Let's go to number 5. This is called the Bridle of Capturing. This fine leather bridle will ensnare and tame even the mightiest of beasts.
That's definitely a D&D D&D item.
Oh, I didn't roll points on it?
I'm imagining a sex swing. I'm going a sex toy because I imagine a sex swing with this.
Well, Chris, you're wrong. It's actually from D&D. It allows you to tame a wild animal. Chris or Will, that is 2 points for you. You're getting a little bit closer there.
Trying to catch up.
And
but
both,
you gotta roll me some good ones that I can actually get the points for.
Both from chat got that. Congratulations, chat. You guys seem to know your D&D items, or maybe you just know what's not a sex toy. I don't know. Oh, I don't know why I'm rolling that. Let's go down to number 7. Number 7, worth 4 points. This is called Endymion's Crotchless Pantaloons. These bright trousers give off a yellow glow that demands others pay attention to the fruit out of your loom. The soft fabric encourages one to move, dance, and jig when wearing these garish garments. Chris, I believe you're first guess on this one. Oh, is it Will?
Okay, so it's me.
Endymion's Crotchless Pantaloons.
Got to be a sexual device of some point in time. I don't think they would say crotchless pantaloons in D&D, but I've been fooled before.
Have you ever played D&D? That sounds like a D&D item.
Oh yeah, I need to play more D&D then.
Will, do you agree? Disagree?
I'm going with D&D item.
Will's going with D&D item. Chris, you say it's a sex toy. Chat is saying sex toy and both. The correct answer is D&D item. Yeah, these chaotic trousers
really sex toys right now.
give you a dexterity bonus, but really screw up your charisma. 4 points to Will for number 7. Right, moving right along to number 8. All right, let's roll some points on this, guys. 2 points for this one. Number 8 is called the Werewolf Muzzle. This wolfish little treat will make anyone be a good boy once you try it on.
Well, that has to be a sex toy because the other one was a sex toy, and it's basically the same thing, right? Like the half dog thing or whatever it was that we, talked about earlier. It's got to be a sex toy.
Piggyback on Will on that one. I believe he's fully right. Sex toy.
Both saying sex toy, eh? Well, it's only worth 2 points, so it is in fact a sex toy. Yes, it is a fleshlight that looks like a wolf's maw, and is also made by Bad Dragon.
Wow, that Bad Dragon is really on their own niche of sex toys.
Oh yeah, they are. They're. You know what was weird was having to Google all these sex toys to write this game. Like my search history is just riddled with weird stuff now.
I don't want to know what kind of ads are popping up on your Facebook right now.
Oh, you've totally been flagged by some sort of.
Yeah. Amazon is advertising lots of different things to me now, and I'm like, I don't need these things. This one is worth 3 points. Sorry,
careful wish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Number 11 is called the Claw.
The Claw. All right.
Worth 3 points. Your flavor text is knife play. Anyone?
Yikes! We've already been through the cutting of the thing, so maybe yes. Let's say I will say sex toy. I will say sex toy.
Okay. Well, agree, disagree.
I'm gonna go with D&D object. Actually, no, I take it back. It's going to be both.
Well, guys, the claw is in fact both. It is a ring with two little claws that you use to run down someone's skin to make a more sensual massage, but it's also a glove item that you can punch people with and stab them.
It's both.
It is in fact both. That is 3
Wow.
points to Will. 3 there. All right, guys, let's move along. That was number 11. We have 3 more, sorry.
All right.
Number 15 is our next one. Number 15. Oh, this one is interesting. 2 points for item 15, the Wand of Smiles. Put a smile on any face when you have the Wand of Smiles.
Oh, let's see. I think this might be. Is it my turn? Is it my guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think Nadia might like the Wand of Smiles. She'd like to beat me with the Wand of Smiles at different points in time. So yes, the Wand of Smiles is a sex toy.
I'm agreeing with Chris.
All right, guys. The Wand of Smiles is a knotted wand that you can force your target to smile with. It is a D&D item.
Yeah.
I'm very sorry, guys. That is...
Wow.
Actually, it was created by lovely Matt Mercer. Anyone who's a D&D fan will know that name, and if you don't, he's also a voiceover artist. Good
I've heard his
guy.
name, but
Good guy. Moving along, he's a magnificent person. Number 17, worth 3 points. Shiri Zen Aqua Swarovski.
say that again.
The Shiri Zen Aqua Swarovski.
One more time. I didn't quite get it.
The Shiri Zen Aqua Swarovski. This sleek and artistic piece of glass could be worth something to the right collector.
That's a D&D object.
Oh.
And now I feel like I'm wrong.
Yeah, D&D. D&D.
I'm
gonna go with D&D.
I'm sorry, gentlemen. It is actually a sex toy. It is a glass phallic instrument. That is it. It's literally just a very fancy glass.
It's a glass dildo.
Yeah, it's a glass. It's a glass dildo. There you go. I was trying to keep it a little PG. All right, guys. Our last one.
We've got way past R already. Might as well
I know.
glass dildo.
Our last one, gentlemen. Number 20. And you know what? Since it's number 20, we're going to say it's for just full critical, double the points. We're going to say it's for a full 8 points.
All right.
Since it's number 20, that's a critical hit, right?
Yeah.
Number 20 is called the BRA. For when you want to charm your target and look good doing it.
The BRA.
The BRA.
Let's see, the
Chris,
BRA.
The BRA is an acronym, by the way.
This is D&D.
This is a sex toy.
This is the Battle Ready Armor. It is a lingerie top created by Reddit user Tactical Popsicle, inspired by the kids next door. It allows the wearer to cast Charm once per day and raise the wearer's AC to 12 plus their Dex modifier. It is in fact a D&D item. Chris, you win 8 points for getting that correct. Yeah.
Yes.
And On the Rise Production gets a solid 8 for knowing it too, and knowing what the reference is from. Love it. That is all of our points, guys. Let's see here. Chris, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 points to you. Man, that's going to be hard to beat. Will is looking at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Only down by 2 points. And when it comes to chat, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 for Pika. Yeah, for joining in here. And On the Rise Productions, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, plus 8 is 21, I believe. 16, I'm horrible at math.
They're tied with me then.
Yep, that would make them tied with you. So it looks like, Chris, you won. You are our kinkiest freak here, besides me, obviously, for being the dungeon master. Double meaning.
Nerd.
Yeah, you're a little kink bird here, y'all. Guys, that is all we have time for when it comes to D&D or sex item. Or I guess magic item and D&D sex toy. I don't know, man. This name is getting weird.
They're all magical.
It's been super fun playing, and I hope you guys join us next time for another game. Chris, back over to you.
Yes, we are gonna get out of here here in just a second. We are gonna listen to another song from another band from Riker Hall is their name. Daniel Alvarez just joined them on drums, and he's the one who posted their names. We'll check them out here on the Zaboys podcast here on the Locals Connection on Deep Dallas Radio and on wherever you find podcasts like Anchor and whatnot. Stick around. We'll be back, and have a good night.
And we're out.
Yep. Looks like you're on a delay, Chris.
Yeah, he's a little delayed. No worries.
Yeah,
what he was
my
saying
internet was messing up.
Gotcha.
That was
Awesome,
a good game.
awesome.
That was a fun game.
It's very not PG at all, but
Oh no, it's not. But that was still a really fun game.
but yeah, my search history now has just got some of the weirdest things popping up, and I'm like, oh, great! Somebody someday is going to see these and be like, what the fuck was he into? A lot of weird things.
Well, I don't think the NSA is really going to care.
Oh no, the NSA won't care. I'm more so talking about like potential dates in the future. We'll be like, can I check my email? What the fuck is this? Oh, that's on its way. It's coming in. We're gonna have some fun in like 2 to 3 business days. Just be prepared.
Oh, we got 2 new likes to the boys just from
our lovely sex game. No.
Well, that game was fucking hilarious. Like the dice thing, I think made it better. Now, if only we could have gotten like the dice roll like on the video. That would
yeah,
pretty fun.
Well, and I cut it out halfway through because our list got real choppy there.
Yeah,
but
well, what I was like initially, what I was suggesting was you could still roll both, and then so like if you rolled 16 and 16 had already been done, but the next closest one was like 14 or 17, just go with that.
Yeah.
I mean,
I should have done that.
But like
I
there
felt
was nothing wrong with it.
I felt like we were starting to hit high on time, so I was like, I got to move a little bit faster here.
It was worth it. It was worth the time. Yeah, you're gonna have probably the longest segment, but that's not a problem because we're just now sitting at 1 hour.
Yeah.
And well, mine's gonna take up some time, but I'm gonna try to cut it kind of short. I'm gonna wait till Chris gets back so I can explain how I'm gonna do this.
Mm-hmm.
At least in detail. Basically, so at least for the since I'm going to talk about COVID, I have pulled up some points that have been brought up from the liberal point of view, from the central point of view, the right point of view, and an arguable point of view. So I'm going to read them. I'm going to read through not all of them, but a couple of them,
Mm-hmm.
and basically be like, look, here's how you need to be looking at information. And discuss the stuff that's coming out about Delta and why we need to take this seriously and why people should continue to wear masks and shit like that, and kind of do a little bit of a news story on that. The next one is going to be on Simone Biles, and I'm basically just going to read a couple of things that she's talked about, and then we can get into the mental health discussion that I know Chris wants to get into with this one, which I think is going to fit real well. And I'll let him kind of not necessarily take over, but let him do his thing on that, because I know he's going to have a lot to say about it. And then I'll do my stupid news at the very end. Basically, I'll just go in and read the stupid punchlines that are already written into it, and then we can close out.
Damn. Chris sent a message. He said, "Hey guys, I got to stop tonight. Nadia's in a good place. Wants us to finish it out. So we're either flying 2-man for this next segment, or we can. Well, he won't be able to do it tomorrow night. You'll have work tomorrow. No, you're off tomorrow. You have poker tomorrow night.
No, I'm not going to poker tomorrow because I don't have any money.
Okay.
I had to pay rent.
Well, that sucks. All right, so it's just me, you, and me. It looks like.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do it, then if you want to do it this way, I'm down to do it.
Yeah, it's definitely just to put a good wrap on everything. Let me pull some stuff up real quick. So we're talking mental health. I mean, I'm not fully aware of what's going on with all this stuff, but I'll chime in and get some stuff going.
Okay. Well, I mean, you'll be all right. I think what I'm going to be able to bring up, and worst comes to worst, if this ends up being a short segment, it's not that big of a deal. I mean, we're sitting at an hour already, so it can just be a real quick. If you can bring up like, hey, Chris had to.
Yeah, I'll bring it in and I'll throw it to you, and we'll go from there.
Okay.
Cool. Give me 1 second.
No worries. I'm going to read over my stuff real quick.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the restroom real fast, so
Yeah,
you can.
I'm going to do that too.
Cool. Be right back, chat. Real quick. Can you really hear me peeing? Yes, you feel free. Always take it over if we walk away. I love that. Can you really hear Pete though, Chad? I'd really like to know that. I guess I could always watch the VOD every time. Yeah. So I could always go back and watch and see if you could hear us pissing.
Do what?
Chat said, "Woo! I hear pee," and I was like, "Oh shit! Can you actually hear my?" Because this house echoes horribly, and yeah.
Well, I mean, honestly, it may have been me. I didn't mute my mic, so
I didn't either.
Well, and my bathroom is literally right outside the
Same
room
here.
that
Yep.
It was probably both.
Yeah.
Mix of both.
Yeah, gotta love it.
They could all hear us pee.
Yeah, you can hear everybody peeing on the Zaboys Power Hour. Oh God, there's a flashback.
The Power Hour.
Yeah, what are we? The local connection now?
The locals.
Locals.
Or a part of the locals connection. We're still the Zaboys podcast, but we are a part of the locals connection.
Yes. Yeah. I gotta remember all that for throwout, or else. Oof.
Well, we'll get to it eventually because it is a whole lot to remember, especially with all the different podcasts.
Yeah.
Okay, let me go up. This is the wrong mouse for the wrong.
You're like, why is nothing moving?
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, why is this not working? He's like, oh, it's because that's the wrong mouse. Alrighty. I'm going to start in 3. Are you ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. 3, 2, 1, go.
Welcome back to Zaboys, everybody. Our main host, Chris, had to step out for a moment, or actually for the rest of the show. He had a little bit of a little personal thing step up, or happen. So no worries there. He will join us again on the next episode. So sadly, you were stuck with this morose motherfucker right here. This is Thorny coming at you. And Violator Shotwell is still hanging out in the booth. And I believe you have your segment now. It's coming right up here for us. So Will, what do you got for us tonight?
Well, I typically try to avoid, serious topics. So I'm going to do a little bit of both on this one. However, I do want to mention before I get going with all this, that there's a lot of misinformation going on Facebook right now. And so people are starting to forget that there are actually professionals in the world that actually know what they're talking about. And a lot of people are starting to listen to Facebook comments and their peers more than they are scientists and people who are actually in support of
Mm.
trying to fix things.
The spread
So,
of misinformation.
yes, exactly. There's a lot of misinformation or information that is, you know, just not being told correctly, like as you said, misinformation.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I want to is specifically, at least in this first little bit that I'm going to talk about, is you should always do your own research, and you should always at least question why you believe what you think,
Well,
because
definitely.
if you just don't if you always just agree with what you believe, you're never going to learn anything, because it's all of a sudden it's just you're wrong, I'm right. That's exactly what's going to happen. And
Hmm.
you also need to figure out, why do you believe what you believe? Is it because your friends, peers, or coworkers believe it and that's just what they're telling you, or have you actually done your own research and looked up uh multiple things about what you're trying to believe in? So you need to look on the left side, you need to look on the right side, you need to find a central side. You need
Hmm.
or you need to find all kinds of different ways to look up what you're trying to believe, so you can come up with that what I consider the truth. And then
Okay.
finally, you also need to be aware of what kind of affiliation the website, especially since everybody's pretty much doing their research on the internet.
Hmm.
You need to know what kind of affiliation the website or Facebook page has before you determine whether it's a good source of information to base your opinion on. If you only read from sources that agree with your beliefs, you're not going to learn anything, and you're going to continuously be ignorant.
So what you're saying is don't look at just your biased sources
Right.
and look at everywhere you can. Don't make your mind a steel trap that only sits here and says, this is what I believe, this is what I'm saying, this is all I'm going to do. You're saying, let's be open, let's understand each other, and let's really try to learn what the hell's going on right now.
Exactly. So I bring all these things up to start my first news story, and
Mm-hmm.
that's going to be about the new Delta variant of COVID-19,
Oh,
which is, yes, a very, very touchy subject, because a lot
well,
of people don't like talking about it because, a lot of people, I don't want to wear a mask. I want to go back and, I want life to be back to normal. That's fine. That's great. That's
yeah,
excellent.
we all do.
Everybody has the right to do that. But we still have to take care of the situation that's happening. So
Mm-hmm.
what I have done is I have pulled four different articles,
Mm-hmm.
and I've actually like pulled four different ones that actually bring up facts. Whenever I was looking up for some of these, a lot of them are just opinion pieces.
Okay.
And I think people are getting confused about or getting confused with facts versus opinion pieces, because they like following a certain person and they want to believe what that person says versus listening to the facts and reading the numbers and seeing what this is. And so what I actually did and found was a number of fairly common views between the liberal point of view, the centrist point of view, the right point
Mm-hmm.
of view, and even an arguable point of view, where that kind of flip flops back and forth between both.
All right. So it sounds like you just did a whole hell of a lot of research, and you really about to break this down for us, or at least open some eyes.
Yeah. So let's go ahead and start off, with the liberal point of view, which
Uh-huh.
is what a lot of people consider. They think this is the fear mongering side, because they
Mm-hmm.
tend to overinflate things. But and
Is
they
this what we
kind
would
of
call the left? I
yes,
believe.
this would be the left, the
Okay.
left side. They tend to do this a lot, but let's go ahead and start off with this first one. I've got: infections in vaccinated Americans are rare compared to unvaccinated people, but when they occur, vaccinated people may spread the virus just as easily. This is true in the Delta variant. This is not true for the previous ones.
Mm-hmm.
So the fact that the Delta variant has now come out, it's basically saying that yes and no, your vaccine may or may not work.
Gotcha. So,
And it will work for you, but you can still carry the virus.
mm. So because the virus is restructured, I guess I can't. You can't say evolve because it's not a living thing, apparently. Although it's pretty much the same thing as evolving, I guess. Uh,
It's like yeah, I don't know. I don't really it's I don't know. I
Yeah,
honestly don't know a whole lot
I
about
believe
that,
it's
but
all based off of DNA, RNA. I could be
yeah,
completely wrong. I'm
RNA
talking out of my
RNA
ass here.
viruses.
Yeah. So the idea is that basically this is a new strain that's a stronger strain. The vaccines that we've all received for the original COVID are not going to be as effective against it.
Well, they're going to be effective if you catch the Delta variant, because you probably will not show symptoms, or the odds are you will not show
Okay.
symptoms, but you
So
can
it is
still,
going to be helpful.
yes, you will be less you will be most likely asymptomatic, but you can still carry the vaccine, or you can still carry the virus and spread it,
Gotcha.
the
Okay.
Delta variant.
Yeah. Okay.
And so that
Sorry,
brings up,
I'm trying to understand this like a 5-year-old, like, because I don't watch the news and I personally hate research.
well, trust me, I do too, and I'm surprised I actually put as much time into this as I did. But I wanted to make sure that I understood this the best I could. So the Delta variant is also much more contagious and much more transmissible than the MERS, SARS, Ebola, and the common cold, along with the seasonal flu and smallpox. It is just as transmissionable as
Hmm.
chickenpox, which
Okay.
we all know. All of these, you just go around somebody with them, and odds are you're going to get it.
Yeah. Yeah. Usually a little bit of that chicken pox oil somewhere, rub
Well,
up a little scab and boom, you can get it.
Well, that and chickenpox. When before there was before there was a vaccine for it, people basically would be like, "Hey, our kid has chickenpox. Bring your kids over, let them get it, and it'll be all said and done." Like that was their
Hmm.
way of doing a vaccination
Well, yeah,
because
chicken pox
little
didn't
children,
drastically kill people.
yeah, if you're an adult, chickenpox can kill you.
Well, it becomes shingles
No,
usually.
you have to. Shingles is after you've already had it.
Yeah. Yeah. They're
If
all
you have not had,
variant forms of herpes.
yeah, yes, they are. So the next thing that I'm gonna bring up is as of Thursday, July 29th, just a couple of days ago from
Hmm.
us recording, there were 71,000 new cases every single day in the US of Delta. Most of these cases are in people who aren't vaccinated.
Ooh, that's rough.
Well, in my opinion, should have gotten vaccinated.
Yeah.
I mean, I that's just an opinion. Masking guidelines have reverted back to wearing masks indoors, even if you're vaccinated, although these are not required at this time.
Hmm. Yeah, I
So this
know.
is all again stuff coming from the left point of view.
Hmm. Yeah, I haven't
Uh,
seen very many people in Texas wearing masks yet.
oh,
Again,
because we're not a leftist state.
very true.
Uh, there are 35,000 symptomatic infections per week among the 162 million vaccinated Americans as of July 24th. But the agency or the CDC does not track all mild or asymptomatic infections, so it could
Hmm.
easily be higher. So, I mean, any of us who have already been vaccinated, honestly, we could be carrying the virus with us and just not know,
Yeah. Okay.
which is something that's always been around, but it's kind of a scary thought because of this next little thing here. The amount of a virus in the person or in a person with Delta is 1,000-fold more than what was seen in people who were infected with the original version.
Ooh, so it's replicating faster in people.
Yes.
Wow.
And that includes people who have the vaccine.
Yeah.
So they're carrying around the same amount of viruses as a unvaccinated person
Ooh,
with
ooh,
the
ooh.
original strain.
Don't like that.
Yeah. So let's go to the centrist point of view.
Okay.
They're calling this the fifth wave of COVID-19 and what you should know about the Delta variant. This is coming from the Seattle Times. The initial one that I was talking about was the New York Times. This
Mm.
one's Seattle Times. Yeah, so they're fairly centrist about all this.
Hmm.
Delta is being called the fifth wave. Delta makes up 70% of current cases, but could end up being more than 90% in the next 2 weeks.
Holy, that's fast.
Yeah, and universal masking in public indoor spaces provides a much more reliable way to ensure everyone is safe, whether you're vaccinated or not vaccinated. So to me, this is kind of basically straight up pointing out facts. It's not fear mongering. This is just
Hmm.
saying here's the case. Here's what's happening. Here's what scientists are saying,
Yeah.
and
Okay,
here's
that
what.
makes sense.
And so this one, I had a hard time finding a right point of view that actually just straight up told facts. But I did find one, and ironically, it's on a station that typically does fear mongering on the right-hand side, but
Okay.
I was happy with this one because there was nothing that, said you shouldn't be worried about it or anything. This just straight up gave numbers and what people were saying. So this one is from KTRH in Houston. It says the CDC warns the war has changed amid the Delta variant COVID-19 spread.
Okay.
The CDC has stated that vaccinated individuals are still capable of spreading the Delta variant,
Hmm.
which is, according to all scientists across the board, including the left and the centrists, a very true statement.
Yeah.
This is why the CDC is recommending mask guidance because the new variant is highly contagious and likely more severe than the previous strains. again, something that I think the right point of view needs to start seeing, because you do have a lot of people who disagree with these scientists and with the numbers
Mm-hmm.
because they don't like it. They're afraid of their rights being taken away. And that's not the case. This is about trying to control the virus. That's
Mm-hmm.
the scientific point of view. And then you have this last little thing that was on here. The Delta variant can lead to higher levels of the virus in the body, which could include vaccinated individuals reaching similar levels as unvaccinated people, even if they don't get sick, which is what I mentioned earlier.
Yeah, the idea. Sorry, that's just a scary thought, but it's very, very possible. Was what everyone, all three seem to be saying that. From what you
Mhm.
just shared, sounds like it's saying all that it's possible that the Delta could even start to hurt those who are vaccinated. It could spread much faster.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
that's
there is also a thing called the lambda variant, which would be the next one, but there's not a
yeah.
whole lot of stuff about that out yet. And so I'm not really going to discuss that one a whole lot, but
Mm.
apparently it has been found.
Mm.
That just tells you how fast this virus mutates.
Yeah, this thing's not going away.
No, it's not going away. It's going to be a flu thing, and who knows how to, get rid of it and all this stuff. Like it may just be, I hate to say this, but it may just be something that we have to get vaccinated for every year or every couple of years just to make sure that we keep up with the mutations
Yeah.
before it
Well.
gets out of hand. But this is also something that could be controlled if people got vaccinated to get rid of it,
Yeah.
which
No. No.
people
No.
don't want to do because it's against their rights, which is fine. They don't have to, but they're not helping get rid of this problem. They're making it worse. In
No,
my
I completely agree. It's scary to think about the fact that it's just such a one little thing to do to help everyone around you, and yet people are very persistent on not getting it.
Yeah, and that's the thing I don't understand. I'm gonna get not too preachy here, but a little bit. I don't understand why people find it a bad thing to help the people around them.
I mean, that goes back to a whole different thing, where it's we feel like people have to earn their right to life. Like this is a comparison I like to make a lot of often to people is that you'll go to a you'll help an animal on the side of the road, you'll feed the ducks, you'll adopt a dog, right? These animals have done nothing to earn their right to life, and yet you love them unconditionally. But when a person comes to you for help or needs something, we're like, no, we don't want to help. And it's because we make people earn their right to life. So that's why we don't want to help the homeless or the needy and give them shelters and things like that, because it's like they aren't contributing to society and doing their part.
I think that's also comes to a part where human beings don't trust each other
Very much, very true.
because, and I'll straight up say this. I'm guilty of this. Whenever I
Mm-hmm.
see somebody sitting on the side of the road, sometimes I'm like, somehow you got yourself there,
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and
we
I don't want to give you $5.
well,
Now,
it's this belief that we're all born with the same opportunities when we're really not.
we're
Well,
not.
yeah, yeah.
But that is something that has been, especially in the American culture, we all grow up thinking
Mm-hmm.
that, or well, at least at least white Americans, we all grow up thinking that we've all been placed on an even playing field,
Mm-hmm.
which is not true.
No, not at all.
That is an absolute fucking lie.
Yep. That's white privilege right there in a nutshell.
Yeah. And people either accept that it exists or they don't. But that's the thing. We all just start off assuming everybody has an even playing field whenever we don't.
Yeah.
So let's not to go on a whole other
No, no,
tangent.
I understand.
Yeah.
Let's move along. Let's move along. What else do you got for us?
So we got the arguable point of view. This is going to be from NPR, which personally I think NPR provides a lot of good information
Mm-hmm.
on both sides of the spectrum because they're not afraid to discuss issues on either side. Like they'll just say, "Hey, we're going to talk about this on this side and we'll argue the opposite." And then they'll also come back and argue against themselves. That's why I call this the arguable point of view
Okay.
because they're willing to argue with themselves. So on this case, one of this article that I read, it says the CDC got some flack for not providing data when urging people to begin wearing masks again. So
Mm-hmm.
the CDC initially was just like, you should just start wearing them, but they did not provide information or numbers. They finally did after obviously a couple of weeks so they could actually do some research. And it proves that it was the right move that people should start wearing masks one more time to try to keep this at bay.
Mm-hmm.
Data collection, and this is a specific, this article was about a specific place in Massachusetts called Provincetown. So data collection started on July 3rd in Provincetown, Massachusetts, involving 469 cases of
Okay.
COVID. And these were all Delta variants. It found that 3/4 of the cases occurred, ironically, in fully vaccinated people.
What was that?
But
Hold on, say that number again.
3/4 of cases
Mm-hmm.
occurred in fully vaccinated people out of 400.
Wow. Wow.
But most of them did not have symptoms.
Okay.
So, a higher viral load suggests an increased risk of transmission and raises concerns that vaccinated people could still transmit the virus. So, you could be, again, going back to what we've been discussing in the other ones,
Mm-hmm.
you could still transmit the virus even if you have the vaccine.
Yep. That is I mean, that's how viruses work, right? I
Yeah.
mean,
They adapt. That's
yeah.
just what they do. Like
Well, they
human
adapt,
beings,
and
that's what,
you as a host now carry that for you with you forever. Viruses don't like die off like
right.
bacteria do. They embed themselves and then they stay there in your body. Like STDs find a place to lodge themselves into your body and they stay there forever, which is why you
Mhm.
have that STD forever, and you are now able to transmit it to other people. So yeah, I mean that would make sense. Like anybody who's had COVID now has COVID and they are able to transfer it. Every so often, it's probably going to shed and get, spread.
And something could happen like that.
Mm.
So, a study from Canada, Singapore, and Scotland, like a collective right there, found that the Pfizer vaccine provided a 90% protection rate from hospitalization and death.
Oh.
So, it's proof that the vaccine is working.
Mm-hmm.
It's not killing, or like COVID is no longer killing these people or giving them life-threatening symptoms.
Yeah.
They still have it, but they're no longer possibly dying from it, even though it's just a plus that the vaccines are actually starting to work the way they're supposed to. And people don't agree or believe that vaccines even exist sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So, Provincetown demonstrates the effectiveness of the vaccine, and it looks like this guy named Alex Morse, he's the town manager of Provincetown, says that out of 900 cases linked to the original cluster that was studied,
Mm-hmm.
there have been 0 deaths and only 7 hospitalizations.
That's
And
really
those
good.
people, yeah, and the only people that out of those 7, their symptoms were extremely mild and probably didn't even have to go to the hospital to begin with.
Okay. Okay. That's hopeful. I like hearing that.
Yeah. And then, obviously, the CDC still recommends wearing a mask when inside public spaces, regardless of vaccine status.
Okay. So let me ask this real fast. Are you wearing a mask in public places? Like when you go
I
out?
I'm not gonna lie, I'm a little slackish on
Mm-hmm.
that, but I'm also not out a whole lot. At the most, I usually go down to the racetrack and maybe to the Kroger.
Yeah.
I don't have a whole lot of places to go, and usually I do try to take a mask with me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll wear it if I have it on me, but if I don't, I still have to, you know, go into the place, and it's technically not required, so
Yeah.
but for the most
No.
part, if it's a public space, I try to wear a mask. If I'm going to hang out with friends, yeah, I lack
Yeah. No, I'm
wearing
right there with you. Like I'm doing it in grocery stores, gas stations. Not great about it in like restaurants or bars or around friends, and I'm definitely horrible about it at work because like 2 people at work are still wearing masks. Everybody else is just, we're like, man, whatever. But like you said, it's because we had to do it for so long that the moment we were like, hey, you don't have to anymore, we were like, yes. And now I have to get used to that again, and I'm like, oh god, these things were so uncomfortable. They were so, but like you said, this is a big eye opener and reminder that these things are helping. They did help. They weren't perfect. They weren't made to be perfect, but they did help. So I don't know.
they were
Just
inconvenient, but
yeah,
they worked.
that's
Like,
what.
it's obvious that they worked, but there are people who are always like, "Oh, they don't work." It's like, "But
Mhm.
they did." They did work. You could see it in the numbers.
Exactly. I'm surprised someone hasn't made a more comfortable mask yet. But
I'm
I
sure
don't know.
people have tried, but it's I don't even think it's about that at this point. I think it's just people are sick and frustrated of being told wear a mask.
Yeah, that too.
And now that they have the option to not have to wear one,
They're not
that's
going to
what
go
they do.
back. Yeah. People that
Yeah,
don't
they're
like
not
being
gonna bring
treated
it
like
back.
children.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I don't blame them. I mean, I understand that point of view because I honestly I hate wearing a mask,
Hmm.
but I'm not taking it off because I hate it. I like I I wear it because I'm caring about the other people around me,
Yeah.
which is I think something that, you would think patriots would consider.
Hmm.
Let's care about our country. You all should be wearing masks because we're protecting our country.
That is an interesting viewpoint that I don't think we're ready to get into. Probably don't need to
No,
go down that rabbit hole yet.
no, because I've got a couple of other things to talk about.
Hmm.
Uh, because we have to talk about Simone Biles. And this is going to be a whole other big controversy, especially in the United States right now, because there's a lot of people that are very upset at the fact that she's pulled out of her events in the Olympics, which, or at least some of the
Hmm.
events that she was a part of. She was a part of the vault and she was also a part of the parallel bars.
Okay.
And the reason why she withdrew was because she has been feeling something called the twisties or twisties in general.
Twisties. Okay. What are the twisties?
So twisties is basically where like this is a gymnast term
Hmm.
where because obviously gymnasts they do a whole lot of aerial acrobatics.
Yeah.
They're in the air. They have to
Spins,
be aware.
flips. Yeah.
Yeah. And they have to be aware of where they are in the air at all times.
Hmm.
Well, the twisties is where your brain and your body are no longer aware of where you're at.
So
So
like
you don't know if you're going to land on your feet. You don't know if you're going to land on your back. You don't know if you're going to land on your neck. You don't know how you're going to land.
interesting.
So and this can come out of nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and it can be there for a day, it could be there for a week, it could be there for months.
Yeah, it sounds like something to do with the inner cochlea. Those are the parts of your ear that deal with balance. And
Right.
so when you get like vertigo or you get ear infections and stuff, it's because those things are a little jacked up.
And
So,
that is a good possibility of what she could be feeling. I haven't seen anything during my research about that being the case,
mhm,
but I understand why she wanted to withdraw because A,
it's
I'm
dangerous.
sorry, do you think that anybody in their right mind would risk their life and career to do the most craziest fucking flip through the air
Yeah.
just to win a gold medal?
Hmm.
She's already won some.
Yeah. Why she doesn't need to do it again?
She doesn't have to do it again.
Yeah.
There's some controversy in this whenever it comes to that, but I'll get to that here in a little bit. But why? Why would you risk being possibly paralyzed if you're not comfortable doing the flips that you've trained
Yeah.
for months and months and years to do, and then all of a sudden your mind and body cannot be in sync?
Yeah. Exactly.
You
If
don't
you don't
risk
know how you're going to land, there's a good chance you're going to break your spine, break your neck, break a foot, break an ankle, anything.
Yeah,
So you're going to be out. There's no point. Why take that risk and
yeah,
just to try to win when there's a higher percentage that you aren't going to win because you're going to hurt yourself.
exactly. So she is still possibly going to compete in floor exercises and balance beam, which are a little less dangerous
Uh-huh.
than the vault and the parallel bars because there's not as much like on the floor like yeah there's some aerial stuff but you're not throwing yourself 10, 12 feet in the air
Mm-hmm.
in order to pull this off. You're just kind of
Less of a
you're still
potential
doing flips.
impact. Yeah.
Yeah,
If you're flipping 10 times through 12 feet in the air and then you land wrong, that's good likely to kill you. If you're just 4 feet off the ground doing a couple flips, you're gonna hurt yourself, but you're good chance you're gonna survive it.
yeah. And so one of the things that happened to her as well, and this is obviously I mentioned the twisties, and she mentioned that her body was not in sync. She also started coming out to some of the people who have been like disgusted with her because she took a place that somebody else could have possibly, been there to win a gold medal.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a whole other set of routine or a set of things that are going on that other people who are not completely aware of the mental health situation that she has happening right now.
Mm-hmm.
So she's come out and talked to her haters a little bit. She's like, I don't think you realize how dangerous this is on hard and competitive surfaces.
Yeah.
Like if it was a soft surface that's, a pit
Yeah.
and she was going to be doing this, okay, it doesn't matter because the odds are she's not going to hurt herself into that. But she's landing on a fairly hard surface
Mm-hmm.
or a very thin surface.
Yeah.
Like
And sticking the landing's like 35% of the whole thing.
yeah. Yeah, like if you don't stick the landing, you lose points.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to make sure that you can do that. And so one of the quotes that she has right here, I wrote this one down. It says, "For anyone who is saying I quit, I didn't quit. My mind and body are simply not in sync, as you can see here." And this is where she shows a video of her falling on her back the day of when she was supposed to,
Mm-hmm.
do her next routine.
Gotcha.
And she couldn't nail it. She couldn't get it. That's, I think, what freaked her out because she was starting to experience twisties.
Mm-hmm.
And she says, I do not think you realize how dangerous this is, nor do I have an explanation why I put, or nor should I have to have an explanation why I put my health first. Physical health is mental health, especially in something like this. Like her whole thing, like her whole life is on the line here. Like think of it like a balance beam or like walking a razor's
Mm-hmm.
edge. You can fuck yourself up
Yeah.
by doing the wrong thing. And this is the razor's edge. You're at the Olympics.
Yeah.
You're going to do some of the most dangerous stuff that anybody has ever attempted, especially with her routines. I'm not sure if you've ever watched any of her routines, especially the
Mm-hmm.
vault. Dude, she's on the next level.
Yeah. She does some pretty
She
impressive
has
stuff.
she has everybody whipped.
Yep.
Everyone. There is not a single person I think that could honestly beat her. Like, I'll send you a couple of links later
No,
on.
I've seen them. I remember her first trip to the Olympics.
You should see the ones that she was doing this year. Like it's next level. I don't
But
know.
and this is another prime example of what I was just talking about, where we make human beings provide and prove their worth to society, or else we just are like, you're nothing now, and we attack them and we hate them and we don't have any support for them, and it's a messed up system.
Mhm.
And we got to be better than that. As people, we should support each other, care about each other, lift each other up, want to see each other succeed. But no, we're so competitive and we're so capitalistic and we're so just everything we've been taught is to like compete and be hard towards one another. And it's like, why?
Well, and that brings up the last point that I'm going to talk about with her is
Mhm.
all of the people who just are starting to hate on her is like, again, because she took somebody's spot. She should have trained harder. She could be, working out and making sure that she's got her routine down to a T. It's like, no, it's not about that.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not about that. It's not about you. Those are all people who are thinking that it's, well, you should be representing your country. You went out there, you did this. We expect this of you. No, that is not the case. This is still an individual that has the right to their own life.
Yeah. Say
And
she's
we like, I think our society sometimes looks at it and says, no, technically we own you because you're representing the US,
mm-mm.
which I find really funny and ironic that we hold our sports people
in such
up
high
to the
regard.
standard at high regard, and we don't do this with our political leaders.
Yeah. Yeah. We're willing to elect reality TV show fucking yahoos into office. And we're like, who cares? Who we don't care about what he does. Oh, and then we mock our political leaders, and most of us don't even vote for anything other than just the president. But yet, when it comes to our sports icons, we pay them so ridiculously much, and then we're like, yeah, we expect them to like be fucking trained dogs. It's stupid.
Yeah, it's like a kind of slavery, in my opinion. It's like it's odd. I don't. It's not slavery, but it's an odd situation for it to be in.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, it's blood sports. We got rid of actual death in blood sports, and we created football and soccer and basketball and
Almost death sports, like
yeah,
where the potential of getting hurt sports.
yeah, exactly.
And that's
And
exciting.
as we've made them
Boxing.
safer, people have quit watching them now. So like, why does more people watch UFC now than they probably do?
More than
I'm,
boxing.
yeah, more than boxing, probably more than football right now. Even football's had a huge decline after last season and this, and because no longer do people love hockey for the fights. I mean, don't be wrong, people love hockey, but I mean, what's the number one thing that most people are like, oh, did you see the hockey fight between so and so the other night? Like,
They're
yeah,
hoping for a fight. That's what they
yep,
want to see.
yep.
But now there's rules against you. You get
People,
penalized if
yeah,
you get into a
people.
fight.
There are people who watch NASCAR for the wrecks.
Yeah. We don't sit there and watch it for them to make left turns.
Exactly. I mean,
We're
there are
hoping
probably
to see
true fans out there who love the sport of driving, and that's great. But when there's a wreck, people are like, "Oh my god, did you see that wreck?" It's like, wow, that's not cool, man. Like,
Yeah.
you're actively watching to see a snuff film. It's fucked up.
Essentially. Well, doesn't that also bring up another point? Like, if a driver, say in NASCAR, does not feel comfortable behind the wheel of their car,
Mm-hmm.
like, is that not the same thing as what Simone Biles is going through? Like, if it was all of a sudden, I'm not going to be able to make it through this, I
Yeah.
need to back
I need
off.
to I need to pull over into the pit and have them check this out. Something's not working right.
Right. Is
And
that not the same thing?
exactly, yeah, exactly. It would be the same thing, but
But people don't see it that way.
nope. People are assholes.
Yeah. Well, if you want to talk about a couple of assholes, let's go ahead and move on to the next little segment I've got here.
Okay.
Sadly, this one is slightly sad, but it's also funny and also I don't really know. It's cringy all at the same time.
Okay.
So I'll just read the headline.
Mm-hmm.
First responders mistake fire victim for mannequin and throw the body in a dumpster.
What the fuck?
Local
Oh
authorities
no.
in Canada apologized after mistaking a woman's burnt body for a mannequin before throwing it in a dumpster. How do you mess this up?
I mean, okay, so burnt flesh looks disgusting. And I could see why you would think, oh, that's just a burnt up mannequin. But she should have been making sounds and breathing. And granted,
No,
again,
she's
it's going to be
already dead.
hard. Oh, she was dead. Okay, I can see how this mistake was made then.
Yeah.
Burnt flesh is grody, but it does look a lot like melted plastic.
Oh
And if
no,
her,
this lady was already dead, but
yeah,
they just thought she was a mannequin and just tossed her in a dumpster. Like how awful.
yeah, that's still rough.
Yeah. So
That's some dumb shit. Sorry, Canada, you lose points on that one. I love you, but you lose points on that one.
oh, you lose some serious points on that one. Let's see. This next
At
one
least these
is
guys do.
this one is just I think somebody was being a goddamn idiot and
Mm-hmm.
did not think through what they were doing. I bet they may have been high. Michigan woman burns herself and lights car on fire trying to kill bedbugs.
All right, there's the idiot of the day right there, people.
A Michigan woman is recovering from burns after accidentally setting her car on fire because of bedbugs.
Yeah. I mean,
According to Fox 2, an unidentified 31-year-old woman set herself and her car on fire when she found bedbugs inside her vehicle. Police were called because of the car fire on Perry Street in Pontiac on Tuesday, July 27th, to assist at the water. That part doesn't matter.
yeah.
The Oakland County Sheriff's Office says the woman had a panic attack after finding the bedbugs in her car and wanted to kill them. She decided to pour rubbing alcohol inside the car and light it on fire. In doing so, she accidentally set herself on fire and also gave herself second-degree burns.
Okay, so maybe she spilled some rubbing alcohol on herself and didn't realize how fast rubbing alcohol goes up.
But
You
why would
never,
you pour it in your car and light it on fire?
yeah, I'll give you that. It's still dumb. Like the thought process of fire will kill these in my vehicle. Like again, your seats are not they're highly flammable. There's gasoline in the vehicle. Like, yeah, you're right. This is dumb. This is the true idiot of the day. Ooh.
Yeah. And then the last one we have is Jeff Bezos blasts himself. Let me start that over. Jeff Bezos blasts into space on his own rocket.
Yeah.
The best day ever.
Yeah,
I'm
we
sorry.
all saw that.
Yeah, and he went in there with a big old he went in with a big old penis and walked out with a really little penis. Like, I'm dead serious. I don't understand. Like, why would you spend that much money? I mean, I get the idea. Anybody in the world would want to be able to go to, claim that they went to space. But I mean, if you're going to make a flesh rocket, you can at least use it properly.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, let's be honest. Bezos only did this because he can. This is literally just another thing. He's like, I've got the money. I can do this. Fuck paying people what they're worth at Amazon. I'm going to build a rocket that looks like a cock and shoot myself into space.
Yeah, he shoot himself.
Mm-hmm.
He shoot himself into space.
Yeah.
Uh,
He,
and actually, who actually paid for it?
um, I mean, all of us as people who use
Yes.
Amazon,
Anybody who
obviously.
orders from Amazon paid for this dude to go to space.
Yeah, I'm sure he's avoiding taxes too, so he's not giving that money back into the tax system either. But
No, he wanted to be one of the first people to go into space because he also wants to probably try to play, the private space race along with what was that other dude's name?
you're talking about the guy from Tesla, not Bezos, Elon Musk.
Elon Musk, and there's another guy.
Oh, the guy from Virgin Mobile.
Yeah, Virgin Mobile. Yeah. So there's apparently a new space race going on between these three,
Privatized space race.
yeah, that's exactly what this is.
Yeah.
And Jeff Bezos wanted to be the first one to do it.
I mean, Musk shot a car into space, which again, that was fucking dumb.
Well, yeah, one of his own cars.
Yeah, Tesla.
What more than a propaganda thing is that? Like,
yeah, there's a fucking Tesla floating around in space, people. Why? Can't drive it anywhere. There's no roads in space. But where we're going, we don't need roads.
It's gonna float.
Yeah,
and eventually crash back to the earth.
Yeah, goddamn. I don't know. People with money just don't think anymore. Like, again, you can help people, but they're like, no, we can't do that. They don't. I worked hard for this. They don't deserve my fucking love and appreciation for their. I don't know. Fuck this, man. I'm sorry.
See, this is where my capitalist side is going to come out. It's because I don't think they actually have the money. I think they just have it all on paper.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a
and they know how to maneuver numbers to be able to get what they want.
Mm-hmm. Well, let's be honest. That's all money is, right? Money is nothing but a bunch of ones and zeros right now that we all just trade off big fucking favors and IOUs for to be a little happier and more comfortable after we work away all day in our horrible, horrible little offices with blinking lights.
The rich own more IOUs than everybody else.
Pretty much.
That is exactly how wealth works in a capitalist society and in America, which is not wrong. I have no problem with that. But you would think some people would say, you know what? I really don't need this IOU. I can give it to somebody else who does need it.
You would think, but hey.
They don't have to. It should not be required or forced. But you would think people would, come to the realization of I can help people.
Mm-hmm. You would think, but you know what? I think we owe all of you out there a lovely Chris outro because he's not here right now to do it. I have no fucking clue where he gets that energy from. So guys, thank you for joining us on Zaboys tonight. We had a blast. We loved having you here with us. And if you're listening to this on Deep Dallas Radio, we love it. Keep checking it out, guys. Big shout outs. I don't know who the third band was. So whoever you're about to hear, go hit them up on I mean, you can't, but we'll post it. When we share the episode, we'll mention their name. We'll give them a shout out because I'm a big asshole, just like Jeff Bezos, apparently. Good night, everybody. I'm James Thorny Thornquist. You got Will the Violator Shotwell over there. Say goodbye, Will.
Bye-bye.
You guys stay golden. Mana YEEAAH. See you next time, Pony Boy.
And we're out.
It just seemed like a good spot to go ahead and wrap up.
That's okay. That's all I had.
Yeah, I know. I know you'd covered everything, but I was like, wow, I've just dropped like 14 F-bombs in the last 30 minutes or 30 seconds here now. And I was like, wow.
It doesn't matter.
I was about to start suggesting we start a revolution. I was like, nope, we're not going to go that route. We don't need a podcast. It's like getting us on a FBI watch list.
You know, it's really funny. I actually did outtake your game segment.
What do you mean?
Like in time.
Oh, okay. No,
didn't
yeah,
think
I know. We were
that was
we
nearly 40 minutes,
yeah.
or it's a little over 40 minutes. Holy shit!
Well, we were asking questions. Oh, I forgot to drop that. Oh well, yeah, we were asking questions, and I wanted to make it at least
Mm.
have I didn't want it to just be you running and running and running and running. So I was like, okay, got to ask follow up questions and things like that, so that we
I think
have
it
a
worked
back
out
and forth.
actually.
Yeah, it went well. I would like
I,
to have seen Chris's take on it, but he's got to
yeah, I
deal with
would
his
love
stuff.
to have seen it too because I know he wanted to. He had a lot to say that, especially about the Simone Biles thing, because I know he was looking forward to that.
Yeah, I think
Uh,
we got a good wrap on it though, real
I
quick,
think so too. I
easy.
think there was a couple of things I think I missed that I should have brought up, but I didn't have them in my notes. I was hoping to rely on my brain, but
Yeah, sometimes that's all you need though. You just need a quick base story so that it's just hey, here's what's going on. If people want to know more, they're gonna go look it up. Like you started it off with, people got to do their own research. We shouldn't be another fucking outlet of just throwing out random information. We should just be like, look, here's something you guys people need to look into. Let's just have some fun here, But
yeah. Like, because I mean, honestly, like if people straight up just started listening to us and saying this is where we get our source of information, I'd be pissed. I'd be like, no,
yeah, yeah. If someone ever walked
do
in and
not.
said, "You
I
guys
mean,
gave
yes,
great facts," I'd be like, "No, we don't. We
it's
don't
like
research half the shit we're saying."
my thing would be, don't just listen to us. Like if you want to listen to us to help form your opinion, that's fine. But
Yeah.
do not base your opinion on exactly what we're saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's stupid. That is the dumbest thing that you could ever do as a human being,
Yep. 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 I
or
agree.
one of. There's plenty of other stupid things that people can do as a human being, but
Oh, we do
that
stupid things all the time.
yeah, but I mean, if you base your entire life on the ideas of what somebody else says and you never question it, you're
Mm-hmm.
doing your own life wrong.
Oh yeah. Everybody should be thinking for themselves, and I don't know. It's a really weird thing to tackle too. Like the idea of how to think for yourself, how to be your own authentic self. That is a hard thing. Like that's something I've done a lot of realization about lately. Is it's like, man, I spent a lot of time in my life trying to be other people, and always being like this chameleon figure instead of just being who the fuck I am. And it's because a lot of us don't like who we are. So you got to learn to appreciate who you are before you can be that person.
Mhm.
I don't know. As like I told you the other day, man, there's a lot of stuff I got to get in motion that I haven't. And this week has been a lot of eye openers for that. So what?
So that was today.
No, I know. I just was generalizing it for
Okay.
the stream. But yes, that was today. Yeah. Yesterday was a lovely realization that I'd heard this thing recently where someone was saying, they were a single parent, or they had a single parent. They were the son of a single parent, and they were the only kid to that. Well, they worked two different ways: being the oldest son and being the only son. They had this thing where they realized that it put a lot of weird mental strain on them to be the man of the house and to almost act like a spouse to their mother, which
That's weird.
It is. It's fucking weird. But then you also realize, like, oh shit, it does happen. Like, there's moments where you're like, you're playing the male figure in the household, and there's moments where you're like, you're that to your parent or to your mother. And I was like, that's fucking weird and damaging. But then it also made me realize that being the only child of a stroke victim, and it makes you step up into this role very quickly all of a sudden, where you are the parent. Like you, all of a sudden, your mentality shifts because you realize your parent isn't functioning at the same level that they did before the stroke, and so now you have to take on some of that burden, or a lot of that burden, because your parent isn't exactly how they were. They're not all there. They now function at this high and this low, and there's not really a middle ground anymore. So their reasoning skills get a little funky, and it was a mess. And I realized how damaging that is too, because it's like, wow, like taking that on at a young age can really fuck with you.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of stuff where I was like, I really need to listen to some people and sit down and go talk to somebody professionally about this shit. So
Well, I'll tell you this, man. I have been to therapy.
Oh, I know. You've suggested it to me, and I have tried to avoid it, but I'm finally to a point where I'm like, yeah, yeah, I don't need to like just talk to my friends about this stuff. I need to talk to somebody who can like really
It's not
break it
something that's gonna
down.
last forever, dude. Like,
Oh, I
just
know.
even like I think I only went to about 12 different sessions, and I was like, you
Mhm.
know what? I got everything out. I'm good. I'm
Yeah,
happy or happy enough, like to where I can continue to, take care of myself.
yeah,
Yeah, I still have my problems, but
we
for
all
the most
do.
part, it was one of those like I have a handle on it now. I don't need
Hmm.
help anymore. I can pick up my own yoke.
Yeah, and we're gonna it's gonna be a back and forth too as life goes on. There's gonna be moments where you're like, shit, maybe I need to find some help for this or that, and then there's times where you're like, no, I'm good. I feel like I'm in a good place now. And
Yeah.
but like I said,
Have you
me, I'm just a cheap ass who's always been like, nah, I can solve this myself. Like I don't like relying on other people. I don't like spending money. So ultimately, you put those two things together, and it's like, you want me to pay somebody to listen to my problems? That doesn't make sense. But
It does when you start doing it.
well, exactly. Now I'm almost about to be 33, and I'm like, fuck, I need to do this. I've wasted a lot of years being stubborn about this.
Have you ever watched The Sopranos?
Parts of it, yes.
The whole premise is Tony Soprano is
Mm-hmm.
basically talking to, his, mental health,
Mm-hmm.
therapist, like, watch it from the beginning all the way through the end. It's a long ass watch,
Yeah.
but damn, it's fucking great.
Oh no,
But
I've.
you'll get the idea of therapy and how it can be fucking frustrating
Mm-hmm.
and also therapeutic.
Well, that's the thing. They ask you to think about stuff you really don't want to think about, and they
They
ask you
make
the
you
hard
mad.
questions. Yeah, yeah. Well, weirdly enough, I did that to my mom the other night too. Like last Monday, we were driving back from. I was helping her with a task out at her land, and I started asking her questions like that. And she's like, "Did you want to be like a therapist or a psychiatrist?" And I was like, "Yeah, I thought about it." And she's like, "Well, quit fucking like trying to ask me these questions. Like, I don't want to think about this." And I was like, yeah, but this is something you should consider. She was ranting about someone she went to high school with 50 years ago,
Well,
or
that's
40
not
years ago.
she shouldn't be even caring about that anymore.
Yeah, but because of Facebook, these two people now have a way to contact each other again. And she was just like, she's like, our 40-year reunion's coming up, and this bitch fucking messaged me and blah blah blah. And I was like, why do you hate this woman so much? And she's like, I don't. And I was like, well, you're ranting about her quite a bit. Like, what's the concern here? Like, did she do something to you in high school that you still are mad about? And she's like, no. I was like, then what happened? And she's like, her sister pushed my sister off of a hayride. And I was like, so this is ineffectively doesn't fuck you up at all? Like, it has nothing. I was like, are you just mad because you didn't push your sister off the hayride? She's like, no. And I was like, then what is the issue? And finally she broke down. She's like, it's because she ended up dating the guy that I thought was cute before he grew up to become handsome. And I was like, oh, wow. You need to fucking let that go. That's old news.
That is so old news.
Yeah. It was just, but that's what I'm saying. Like, it was just one of those things where, like, yeah, like that's therapy. It's going to make you dig down deep and find that shit that you don't want to think about and start to really put it together.
Well, it's because nobody wants to think about stuff that makes them mad because, well, I take that
I mean,
back.
I do it all the time.
Some people love to think about the things that make them mad, but that's also a dangerous thing too.
Yes, that is something that people need to find help for as well.
Yeah, like, because it causes problems that
Yeah.
we've seen in, life, like, shootings.
Yeah.
But I don't know, like, I'm just saying, as a person who has been to therapy and
Mm-hmm.
understands what it is actually really useful.
Hmm.
I was one of those people, like, I really didn't have a whole lot to really get off my chest.
Yeah.
I just had a couple of lies that I was hiding from my parents to spill, and then after I was done, like, kind of just saying them, and, hadn't told anybody else, he was like, "Alright, I feel a whole lot fucking better."
Yeah. Weight off your shoulders.
Yeah, and then I was like, "Okay, I can keep going now."
Makes sense.
And,
Yeah.
but the other thing that you have to do is, like, the part of therapy is also maintaining what you learned
Mm-hmm.
in therapy, because they're gonna also give you tools, like mental tools, to help keep you from getting back to the place that you originally were.
Yeah. It's going to
Because
help you break down those mental blockades you've created.
yeah, because if you rebuild them again, you're gonna have to go through the same process to break them back down.
Yeah. We got to
It's not
go
gonna work.
through. It's like any program of help, AA, anything, you've got to go through the steps. You've got to fully embrace it, give it a fair chance. Because if you don't, it's not going to do anything for you.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a good little segment to wrap up on. I mean, it didn't go on to the actual podcast, but for all the mental health things we've talked about tonight, that's I think
Yeah.
that was a good thing to throw out there here in the end of the stream.
Well,
But
because I mean, honestly, I look at the stream as a completely different thing than
I,
just the podcast.
I do
Like,
too.
because I mean, we started before the podcast. People get to jump in. They get to
Mm-hmm.
see the behind the scenes. They get to see the stuff in between the segments.
Yep.
Personally, I think that's pretty fucking cool.
I
Like,
think it
if I
adds
was
a
watching,
different
I would like that.
yeah, it adds a different nuance to everything. Or I guess not nuance is the term, but it adds a different energy to things because it's like, hey, here's what's going on when the recording is off. Like the recording is like almost
We're
because
characters.
it's time sensitive, it's characters, it's no, it's like kind of, oh, here's a good spot to throw this out at. Okay, we got to address this, but we got to keep it short and sweet. And then afterwards, we get to do like this breakdown of like, hey, here's more of what we wanted to say but couldn't.
Mhm. That's what I like about the stream. Like,
Yeah.
honestly, like, because you get to see a bit more of the actual personalities behind us, not actually our character. Not necessarily. I mean, we're pretty much ourselves on the show as well,
Yeah.
but we still have to kind of cut things off and be a part of or cut out certain things about ourselves in order to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
With this, we just kind of can do what we want
Yeah.
because it's not time limited. We can just do
Mm-hmm.
it.
I agree. Yeah, I said that. There's been many nights where I've just thought, like, man, if I could get everybody on here and we could just sit and shoot the shit on the stream, that'd be great. But our schedules are so insane. Like you're working, Wednesday through
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yeah. So Sundays are my Fridays. So
Yeah.
Monday is my Saturday. Everybody hates Mondays. I
Yeah.
love Mondays.
And
Oh,
then see,
Mondays are my milk and honey, bro.
yeah, I don't know what Chris's schedule's like anymore because
His is
he's
all over.
got he's got wrestling, he's got Forget Conformity, he's got this, he's got Good Game, he's got his actual job, which I don't know if he's even doing that right now or not. I don't know what the
I
schedule
would
is.
guess so
Oh,
because he sent us that picture of the
yeah,
ceiling fan that fell out of the ceiling.
yeah. But like, so I don't know what
God,
he.
nobody
I
got
don't
hurt.
know if he's still managing or if he's just part of the staff again or
Yeah,
what.
he's the
Like,
manager.
okay,
As far as I know, he's still the manager.
yeah. See, there you go. Like I said, I just haven't actually talked to him outside of I could see him right before we start Zaboys and right as we end it, and then past that, most of the time he's off doing other stuff, and he doesn't really. I don't see him at hangouts as much anymore, and if I do, they're far and few between. So I don't.
I haven't seen him in person in over a year.
I felt like I saw. Did we see him at something recently?
Oh, actually, no, I take that back. The last time I saw him was last year at the fantasy football draft.
I
That
feel
was
like
the
I
last
saw
time
him
I've
at a.
seen him.
I thought he came to a September Moon show recently, but maybe not. I don't know,
At
but
least the last I can remember. If he did, if it was only for like a short period of time.
yeah, yeah, it's all good. But yeah, I think that's I'm happy to see everybody working towards stuff and doing big things, and definitely need to do some more of that myself, like we talked about today.
Yeah.
I'll
Well,
start looking at some more VO stuff.
I think you should. I think you should pursue some of that VO stuff, man. Like I think you've got a talent for it. I really think you should do it. Like you seem to have a passion for it as well. You've got a little bit of talent for it. You're good at it, from what I can tell. Why the fuck not? Like if you're
Yeah,
wanting to try to do something and be daring with it, that's the way to go.
yeah, no, I agree. It's I don't know. You know, one point someone told me it was like it should be like someone was like, "Oh man, you should really focus on this whole photography and video
Well, you're into that
stuff."
too.
And I was
Like,
like, "I could, but yeah, it's scary the idea of trying to start something for yourself, right? Like I can help on a project any day of the week, and if it goes under, well, that wasn't my fault. I was just helping out, right?
yeah.
Doing something for yourself and then it fails, who do you blame? You blame yourself, right?
Well,
Like that's all you can do.
that's just a part of doing it though,
It is true.
because if you start something on your own, you're at the top of it.
Yep. And it's
You're
all
building
you. It's
you're
all
not climbing it, you're building it.
yep. And it's all on your shoulders too. Every little bit of weight, every little decision, right? Like
Mhm.
that's the great, I guess the great thing about the established American workplace, right? Is if something goes wrong, you can always look at somebody else and say, well, they fucked up, which people love to do. Very few people you'll ever find in a workplace where someone says, "Oh man, I really fucked up that. Sorry." And they'll take the full blame for it.
Well, that's why heavy is the head that wears the crown,
Yep. Very true.
because at the end of the day, who does it fall on?
Yep. It always comes back to the top somehow. Like it's,
Yep,
you know,
because somebody's gonna keep blaming it and blaming it and blaming it until it gets to you, and then if you have no one to blame it on, there
yep.
it is. Oh, I'm not sure if you've watched this, but I watched the entire series today, and it doesn't completely go with this, but it kinda does. You should watch How to Become a Tyrant on Netflix.
I've not heard of that. I'll have to check that out.
It's a documentary of how the world's I I shouldn't say it this way, but I'm going to anyways. The world's greatest dictators came to power,
Okay.
because technically the term great does not necessarily mean a good thing,
No, yeah.
because you could look at Hitler and say, "Yes, he was a great speaker."
Yeah.
He was not a good,
He wasn't
he
a
was not
great
a
person.
decent
Yeah.
he was not a good person, he was not a decent person, but he
Yeah.
was a great speaker,
Yeah.
because he knew how to obviously do what he did by
Mhm.
using his words. He influenced people. So by that definition, he is great.
Yeah. No, it's the term great, you know, it's just it's almost like a measurement term. You
Yeah.
know, it's like there's bad, there's okay, there's good, there's great, but it's a measurement of whatever follows. So
Yeah.
like when we, you know, you refer to Alexander the Great, it's like that's a big nickname to live up to. And Alexander the Great did a lot of horrible fucking things to people too.
Yes, he did. And
Yeah.
he's not in this series, but I'm sure they would probably bring it up at some point if they do a
Yeah.
season 2. But no, I'm serious. If you and well, obviously it's almost midnight, so you probably won't
No,
watch
no, I'll
that.
go straight to bed after this and then get ready for
Yeah.
work tomorrow.
But on Netflix, at some point when you got time, just look up How to Become a Tyrant, and it is eye-opening, and you're gonna start seeing a whole lot of things that are really relevant in today's society too, like of what some people in power are doing.
Hmm.
Like, it's kinda scary.
Oh yeah, no, no, no. History's secular. People and great leaders learn from the past. When I say great leaders,
I
powerful
know
leaders learn from
I
the past.
yeah, that
Yeah,
whenever we say great, I mean powerful, like, or
yeah,
people who got themselves into power, not because great being good people, that's
yeah,
not what I mean by great.
yeah. It's like you know, or Barack Obama learned from Nelson Mandela. Uh,
Well,
Donald
Nelson
Trump,
Mandela was at least
obviously.
not the worst fucking person in the world.
No, no, that's what I'm saying though. Like Barack Obama was a good leader. As much as people are like, "Oh, that guy's fucking piece," you know, like as much as
Well
Republicans hated him, he was a good leader. He's a very charismatic and influential person.
well, he had
He
his problems too,
learned. Yeah, he
but
did.
you can see where Donald Trump got his some of his, like,
Racism,
just watch the show.
the way that he tries to pin problems on other people and ethnicities and cultures and things. Yeah,
Oh, it's and when you watch the show, you'll understand this. It's a part of the playbook.
yeah,
Like, the show will explain what the playbook is, but it's what he and people would argue with me on this, but what he was doing was nearly tyrannical.
yeah.
he just
Had he
was,
had the ability to make himself a king, he would have.
yes, if he had had the chance, he would have done it because he had all of everything in the playbook. It was
Mhm.
there.
Yeah, there's a reason he got ranked the worst president of all time. Is because he wasn't ruling, he wasn't acting as a president. He was trying to rule as a fucking tyrant, as a king. He was following all the wrong things, the things we've seen in history that have resulted in the fall of great nations.
Mm-hmm.
I know people are like, well, he did some good things. Yeah, so did fucking Hitler. So did Stalin. So did every bad leader that's collapsed a goddamn nation.
And
Good
that's
things can come out of it still.
and one of the things that I find really interesting about this series that I watched was they actually brought up like, here's technically what these people did
Yeah.
to help build their nation,
Yeah.
but the things that they had to do in order to get it here is what was so bad. It was what brought the downfall.
Yep.
Like you got to watch it. Like
Oh yeah.
it is.
No, I'll have to check that one out definitely. But
Yeah.
I get what you mean. Like the idea of like
Highly
Hitler built Germany up to be amazing, and then it all fell to shit because you got power hungry. You started doing the really stupid shit. And after the wars were done, everyone said, yeah, you're getting punished. Sorry. We know he's dead, but you're getting fucking punished. Like, you went along with this. You were a bad boy, spank you. And spank you hard. I mean, like, like blister and ass spanks is what they did. It was like, yeah, your money's worthless. Your entire economy is bankrupt now, and you will never fucking do this again.
Dude, you should like. It's just ridiculous.
Oh, I know.
I think you'll like the show.
All right, man. I'm gonna let you go.
Yeah, I gotta edit all this together. So
Yep. Be safe. Love you, buddy. See you tomorrow. Or not see you tomorrow, but I'll talk to you probably tomorrow at some point.
probably shoot me a text.
Yep.
Deuces.
Have a good one. All right, everybody out there in Streamland, we love you. We're happy you came by. We always love having you. Like I said, I got to get some sleep. It is way past my bedtime. I still got to brush my teeth and floss. Ooh, that'll be another 15 minutes of work. Awesome, guys. Thank you again for coming by. We'll see you next time. Stay safe. Stay golden. Mana YEEAAH.